in Paden City.
Because, I mean, all of us are in the
Nice
same...
T-shirts, by the way.
They are nice T-shirts, and we're all in that same battle. You know what I mean? We all know somebody that has battled some kind of cancer, especially breast cancer, in our life, and it's one of them that it's nice to see the community come together in support of that tonight and wearing the pink as they are.
So Clay-Battelle not rocking any, I guess you could say, pink uniforms tonight, though. However, most of the guys are rocking some pink accessories. I see a lot of guys wearing pink socks, maybe some pink undershirts.
I see a pink towel. And
I see a pink towel. Nobody brought out the pink cleats, though, tonight. So nobody went to Dick's Sporting Goods and had to go and get some new cleats and look nice and fresh here tonight. So Clay-Battelle in the all-navy uniforms, Paden City in their green helmets, white jerseys, and green pants. By the way, Chance, I had a chance last week to go watch Paden City play Hancock, Maryland. I got to tell you, those helmets on Paden City, absolutely fantastic. The one logo on the side, the number on the other side. I know you're probably a big fan of that. Different logos on every side. The Wildcat looks really, really good, and I just think this is a really good uniform game tonight by both sides.
Well, you know, me and you, I know you love the number on the side of the helmet, and it is nice to see some different emblems on the side. I know you bring that up because I'm a Steelers fan.
Yes.
I like my emblem on one side of the helmet and blank on the other. So, and you know, it's
also cost effective too. Less stickers that you have to put on the helmets as well.
Yeah, we're able to spend that more on cleaning them Lombardi trophies we got.
I can't relate to that, unfortunately. I got some NFL championships I can clean, but those are probably starting to rust due to the fact that they're about 70 years old. All right, we're just about set and ready to kick off here between Clay-Battelle and Paden City. We'll be right back, and when we get started, we'll have the kickoff here on WAJR.com.
Josh Heineman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing. For over 20 years, we have put our customers first. And that's not just talk. We back that up as a promise. Advanced HVAC and Plumbing offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee. We promise that if you are not completely satisfied with your new Carrier system in the first year, we will remove the equipment and refund your purchase entirely. Carrier, turn to the experts and turn to Advanced.
Call Advanced! Help works for you.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness. Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle Middle and High School as we are set and ready to kick off. Paden City won the toss and elected to receive, so they will get the ball first. They're taking over at their own 49-yard line. Little misdirection. Jet sweep here to number 7. That is Ashton Little.
Statler on the tackle there.
And he gets about a 4-yard gain on the play as we will take over here second down. And about 7 or 6 here.
Yeah, it was like you mentioned, kind of one of them jet sweeps around there to them. A little bit of misdirection, except they ran it right where they showed they were going to run it.
Yep. All right, here they line up in that full house set. 3 receivers to the left here, bunched up. They're going to hand it off to Baker, but there's a fumble on the play. He does fall on it. And Clay-Battelle will catch a break there on a miscommunication on the handoff, a loss of 2 on the play. It'll probably be credited on a loss of 2 of Baker.
Because he did recover it.
Yeah, the main tailback.
It did look like to me that the quarterback thought Baker was going to take it, and he didn't because the quarterback let go of it.
That seemed like it was an RPO, and there was a little bit of miscommunication on what there was going to be here. All right, 3rd down 9 here for the Paden City Wildcats. They line up in that full house formation. send a receiver in motion. He goes to the outside on the right. He's got a couple blockers, and he got some space. He gets the first down sticks and is in a foot race, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 25. That is number 1, Braden Neff, on the carry for the Wildcats. And that'll be a first down and 10. Chance, you thought you might have caught a break there on the first possession.
Phenomenal blocking out there by the guys leading them on the right side, and a nice 25-yard run by Neff.
So it'll be first down and 10 here at the 25-yard line as we approach 10.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Score still 0-0. This is the first possession of the game by either team, and Paden City has the ball. Bunch receiver trips to the left. One receiver to the right. They hand it off to Baker. Baker cuts to the outside run. There's a flag on the play. He might go to the end zone. However, this play's probably going to come back. And it'll probably be a holding penalty on Paden City.
We do got a holding on Paden City.
So that'll move the ball back 10 yards. And Chance, this might be a good opportunity here for Clay-Battelle to take advantage of. A run-first team with 20 yards to go on first down. They might try to get it all back here. But I will say, this is a very well-coached ball club in Robert Price at the Paden City side. He's probably going to be patient and say, just run your offense. We should get the ball back here. If it's 3rd and long, then we'll maybe think about passing here. But no change in the game plan here on the first couple of series.
If they just had a 25-yard run, that would have been a 25-yard run for a touchdown. At this point in time, to me, there's no sense in pushing it if I'm him. But let's see what Price pulls out of the bag of tricks if he decides to go that way.
All right. 2 receivers lined up on each side in a full house formation. They send a receiver in motion. It's a handoff to Braden Neff. Neff cuts to the outside on the right, gets past a couple of blockers, and probably gets past to the original line of scrimmage there. A gain of about 10 on the play. Tackled by number 20. That is Gunnar Price.
Looks like he stepped out a couple of yards short, so it's probably about an 8-yard gain.
So it'll be about an 8-yard gain, second down, and about, I'd say 7, so about second down and 13 here. But 7 yards a gain, you'll take that every day.
Yes, we will. Hey, look, what do we got? Landon Savage out there on the end. He's going to have to get up in there just a little bit more. He's no offense to him, but he's got pancaked a couple times. He's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. They
faked the handoff to Neff and handed off to Baker this time. Good pressure there by Maverick Gum and Cooper Statler to keep it to a minimal gain. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Paden City Wildcats.
Statler's been getting a lot of pressure on the line. Let's hope maybe that ends up with some positive things for us here before the night's done.
They've kind of moved him all over the place. He played a little bit of the second level in the linebacker position. He's now on the edge this time. So they line up in that full house formation. They hand it off to number 7, Ashton Little. He's got some space, and he gets tackled just short of the first down. Line to gain was the 15. I think he got to the 17. So it'll bring up 4th down and 2 for the Wildcats. Chance, what do you like here? Do you like maybe going up the middle, or do you keep pounding that outside jet sweep?
I'm going to keep pounding that outside. Their receivers have been blocking phenomenally. But at the same time, if you're Clay-Battelle, you bring some pressure from that outside, and you try to not let them get out there to the receiver.
They line up in a heavy package with Baker set to take the snap. It's kind of a similar formation that Clay-Battelle likes to run. He does get to the line to gain down at the 14-yard line. Nice carry there by Brendan Baker. They line up in that Wildcat package with 3 split ends to the right. They run to that heavy side, and he ends up getting just enough yardage for the first down, maybe a yard ahead of what he needed to do. Ball is at the 14, first down and 10 here for Paden City. They are in the red zone here.
They're not dominating us. Our boys are playing decent against them. It'd be nice to maybe see a bounce of the ball go their way here, get us some motivation, let that offense get out there and do something.
Full house package here with 2 wingbacks and a tailback. They hand it off to Baker. No, they misdirection and hand it off to Neff. Good awareness there by Clay-Battelle, getting that gain to a minimum. I didn't even know who had the ball, Chance, and good thing Clay-Battelle knew better than me. They end up getting a gain of 4 on the play. Ball is at the 10, second down and 6.
And that is the objection of that offense. You know, they don't want you to know who has the ball because, you know, before you know it, they're 4 yards deep on you, and he's only got one guy to beat. And the next thing you know, he's standing in the end zone celebrating.
They hurry to the line here as they only have 3, 2, and 1. They get the ball off in time. They hand it off to Baker.
Or did they?
Flag on the play. Probably a false start. Not all 11 players were set before they snapped the ball.
Okay.
They are going to say false start here. That moves the ball back behind the original line of scrimmage, back to the 16-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Paden City Wildcats.
Penalty is against Paden City. Still be 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 11 here. They line up with that bunch of receivers to the left, 3 of them. They hand it off to Baker to that strong side to the left. He bounces to the outside, gets tackled, breaks a couple of tackles there by Gunnar Price and Cooper Statler, finally tackled by Josiah Morgan at the 11 here. So that brings the ball back to the original, where the original line of scrimmage was before the penalty, a gain of 5 on the play, 3rd down and 6.
Who was it on that run?
That was Joseph Baker, number 9. 3rd down and 6 here. They're going to pass. Lines up. They're going to throw it to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver. And
Nice
this is going to be an
defense by Landon
interesting. I think that's an interesting choice, Chance, if you're the Wildcats. I thought they may go for it on 4th down. It'd be guaranteed 4th down territory. Run, see what you can get, then maybe think about passing it here. Now that you've gone for the home run ball on 3rd down, you're forced with a 4th down and long here, 4th down and 6, and it does look like they're going to go for it. They line up in that full house formation with 2 wingbacks. They fake the handoff to Neff.
Looky there.
Hand it to Baker, and he is stuffed on the play. Number 63, Joshua Wilson, the sophomore, ends up making a big tackle there, and the Clay-Battelle CBs get a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for Clay-Battelle at the 10.
I mean, Wilson didn't even look like he was touched the way he busted through that line. Anyway, this is what we need. We need some confidence. We know coming in, this team's ranked. We've had a couple losses in a row here. Let's hope for some positivity on the offensive side.
I honestly got to say, in the first drive of this game, I know it's just the first drive, but that's probably some of the best interior pressure I've seen by the defensive line of the CBs so far this season, maybe since the first 2 games of the season.
Yes, I totally agree with you on that one.
Zach Hall set to take the snap with Maverick Gum to his left. He runs to the left. He's got some open space. Jukes past a couple of tacklers here. Past the 15 over to the about 17, 18-yard line. Nice, decent gain of about 7 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the CBs. Clay-Battelle looks juiced.
You know, I looked at the boys when they were standing outside the locker room, and I said, hey, let's go ruin somebody else's season. And a couple of them looked at me and smiled, and let's hope that's what they can do here. It'd be nice to get it. I mean, this would be a big win for them.
2nd down and 3 for Clay-Battelle. They line up in a different formation with Zach Hall, the running back, and Maverick Gum set to take the snap. He gets the handoff and runs forward to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be marked about a half yard short at about the 20.5, gain of about 1, and that will bring up 3rd down and a very short 1, less than about a half yard less than 1.
Don't need to do nothing fancy. Run the same play, get another yard.
Zach Hall set to take the snap. Maverick Gum to his left. They snap it. He runs up the middle, gets past the 1st down sticks, and gets dropped at about the 24-yard line. They move the chains. 1st down, Clay-Battelle.
I mean, the other thing you got doing here, too, is if you're able to keep it on the ground and you run the clock down, you're going to keep this game close.
Limit possessions.
Yeah, limit possessions. Keep the game close. I mean, they had great pass defense on the one time that Paden City did pass. So, you know, it's interesting to see maybe what Coach Wilson is doing here. Maybe he's thought about the point. We're going to let our corners play one-on-one, and we're going to try to shut the run down tonight on the defensive side. And it looks
Zach Hall is going to take the snap again. He gets into the open field, tackled at the 2nd level, but it's a decent gain of about 9
yards.
And it'll be 2nd down and 1. Boy, it feels good to have that explosiveness of Zach Hall back into the lineup.
It does. You know, you could turn around here and run Maverick Gum again, pick up that yard, get another 1st down. You know, beat him a little bit with the big boy, then hit him with the scat back.
4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. You're at second down and about half yard. They line up in a tight package with Maverick Gum, the only man in the backfield. He runs to the right, gets past the sticks, first down, tackled at about the 39-yard line, and CB's moved the sticks, first down and 10.
Just keep matriculating that football down the field. That's what Hank Strand.
Good vocabulary, Chance.
Just matriculating the ball down the field.
Was that the word of the day?
That's my word of the day. That's what I'm going to say. Remember watching old Super Bowl videos and old Hank Stram on the side. That's all we got to do, boys. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field.
3.5 minutes left to go in the quarter here. Zach Hall takes the snap, runs to the left. He's into the open field, gets past the sticks, over midfield, and pushed out of bounds at the 45. First down, Clay-Battelle.
16-yard run by Hall.
This looks like a totally different team from last week. These guys are energized, they're ready to go, and I think it's kind of caught Paden City off guard a little bit.
I think Paden City getting stopped down here in the red zone, and I think, they're on a little bit on the point we talked about. We're getting healthy again. You know what I mean? We played some teams where we lose. First 3 games we lost by 9 points total, or whatever our losses. Now you're starting to see them look like that team again that competed with a lot of teams.
Coach Price calls a timeout, and I agree with him here. The Wildcats look a little bit gassed. Need to just take a timeout, restructure your game plan here. We've really only ran one formation so far.
And, what they've been doing with the offense they've been running is we've just been peeling that tater just a little bit.
Yeah.
We're just going to peel that tater just a little bit. We ain't chopped it up yet.
Yeah.
We ain't diced it. We're just peeling it a little bit, getting it down.
Peeling the skin off a tater.
Yeah, we're peeling that skin off a tater.
The joke comes from number 77 of Paden City. His name is Isaiah Brady. But when I was there on the sideline, everybody yells at him, calls him Tater.
It's always good to have a good nickname on the field for you.
So we'll reset here. First down and 10 for Clay-Battelle at the Paden City 45. 3.5 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Clay-Battelle stopped Paden City in the red zone on a turnover on downs. Has moved the ball very well so far this drive. J.C. Spears looks set to take the snap here. Maverick Gum at the tight end position on the left. 2 receivers to the right. That's Josiah Morgan and Braden Ponseroff. They hand it off to Zach Hall on a sweep to the left. He cuts back, cuts across the 40-yard line, dances out of bounds at the 35. It's actually going to be marked down at the 36, and it will be second down and 1 here for Clay-Battelle. Now, Chance, I'm just going to throw this one out there.
Real quick, my big uglies. Joe Stewart out front there. That was going to be about a 4-yard run. Nice block by Mr. Stewart to open that up for Hall to get 9 yards out of it.
Take a shot to the end zone right here with Ponseroff.
No.
No?
Nope. It's all about matriculating that ball down the field right now.
Okay.
You want to take it down, jam it down the throat with never passing it.
All right. Maverick Gum set to take the snap. Runs past the blocker and gets across the 30-yard line.
He broke the tackle of number 11, which would be
Jeremiah Thomas.
Nice run by Gum there. Let's see.
That would have been a stop for a loss and brought up third down and very, very short.
What was that, 6 yards on the carry,
Yep.
I think?
Actually, it's about 7 or 8 due to the fact that they've put the ball at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, it is one of them. If you can go out here and just run this ball down the field, never put the ball. You go back to Paden City. They tried getting fancy on a third down, and it backfired on them.
Zach Hall set to take the snap. He runs to the right to the strong side, gets across the 20, down to the 15, over to the 10, across the 5, reaches at the pylon, touchdown Clay-Battelle!
Oh, he stretched it out nice there. A nice hole opened up for him. Great run by Zach Hall.
2:47 left to go in the opening quarter, and the Clay-Battelle CBs take a 6-0 lead over the Paden City Wildcats. That's one of the best drives we've seen out of Clay-Battelle all season long.
Now, not official, but I have Zach Hall with 72 yards on that drive.
On a touchdown, too. Wow. Zach Hall is back, folks, and he is ready to go. Extra point up by Cooper Statler. I think that one's going to be no good. It was missed wide to the left. But Clay-Battelle strikes first in this game. With 2:47 left to go in the opening quarter, Clay-Battelle leads 6-0. We'll take a short break and come back. You are listening to Clay-Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.com.
With over 75 years of dedication to our local community, Mon Health has been delivering babies for generations. Our state-of-the-art family birth center provides an intimate atmosphere that accommodates all birth plan options. Private birthing suites, a dedicated postpartum depression program, and the best of care in a family setting. Visit monhealth.com/OBGYN to learn more. Choose Mon Health, the first baby-friendly hospital in West Virginia. Feel the difference.
Reimagine every adventure, every terrain, every incredible memory. The Yamaha Wolverine family of side-by-side vehicles helps you reimagine off-road capability, comfort, and confidence. With the Wolverine R-Max 2 and 41000, recreation meets sport, and maximum power meets maximum comfort and versatility. See the complete lineup of Yamahas at Morgantown Power Sports on the Mile Ground or morgantownpowersports.com. Always.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High School, where the Seabees have taken a 6-0 lead. The kickoff is away. And number 7 here, Ashton Little, gets a return off to the 40-yard line. There is a late flag after the tackle. That usually means late hit out of bounds. We'll see what or maybe a face mask.
I think it was a face mask. It's going to give them really good field position. I think it about.
They had good field position last drive, though, Chance.
Oh, we got a hold on Paden City.
Wow.
That was a late flag for a hold where it was coming from. I did not expect that. Something to keep an eye on. That is now the 3rd penalty by Paden City in this game. Clay-Battelle has 0 so far.
All right, 2:40 left to go in the first quarter. Clay-Battelle leads 6-0 after an excellent drive. Taking over on a turnover on downs at their own 10-yard line. They march 90 yards down the field and score a touchdown on a 28-yard touchdown run by Zach Hall. They line up with bunch formation there to the left. They run Baker to that left. They try to get him to the edge, and a good tackle there by Josiah Morgan as he gets tackled at about the 39-yard line. Nice solid gain of about 7 there. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Paden City Wildcats. 2:20 left to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Josiah got blocked really good early on in that, but didn't give up on the play.
He was dancing.
Grabbed the ankles, made a nice
Homecoming
tackle.
Was a couple of weeks ago. He was asking them to dance, you know what I mean?
Getting that 2-step down. 2
running backs into the backfield. They hand it off to Baker on a quick handoff. They completely flabbergasted me. They hand it off to Braden Neff, who gets the ball into opposing territory down to about the 44-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Paden City Wildcats. I feel bad for the film crew tonight because they're going to be moving the ball, moving the camera in every which direction possible because I had no idea where that ball went. They line up in a trips bunch formation to the right here. Baker's the lone tailback in the backfield. They hand it off to Baker to the right. He cuts back, gets across to the 40-yard line, and is tackled by number 63, Joshua Wilson, and Maverick Gum. Nice gain of 5 or 6 on the play. It gets just a little bit past the 40-yard line, maybe about the 39.5, and that'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats.
I mean, we're early on in the game, but I feel like I'm feeling an urgency from Paden City right now on driving this ball down the field.
Full house formation. They hand it off on a jet sweep there to Ashton Little, and he gets across.
He lost a yard.
I think he did lose a yard, and there's a flag on the play. I think this is going to be a late hit on Cooper Statler or maybe Brady Nestor. One of the guys came in after the play and hit him on the ground late.
You know, the funny part was he tried standing back up, so if you're the defending player, if you see him trying to make a move forward, I mean, your objective is to hit the kid.
I understand, but I think I'm in agreement with the refs on that one. He was already on the ground, and he just kind of fell on him, and that's a crucial penalty because that's an extra 15 yards after the play, and that takes the ball over to the 25-yard line, and that is where Paden City will take over 1st and 10. They break the huddle all the way back near midfield and have to run 20 yards to the line of scrimmage. They fake the handoff to Baker and do a misdirection to Braden Neff, and he is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Paden City. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter, and Paden City strikes right back, and the ball game is tied at 6 with the extra point pending. Great drive there if you're Paden City.
Yes, by all means it is. I mean, you know, we can question things if you want to, but at the same time, they showed some urgency there as they come out. Does look like they're going to go for 2, though. So if you're Clay-Battelle, let's just get a stop here, not allow 3 yards. It's still 6-6, and we get the ball.
They break the huddle here. It's that bunch trips package over to the left with 3 wide receivers. Usually when they run that formation, it's Baker to that side, and they fake the handoff there. It's a jet sweep there to one of the wide receivers. That's Ashton Little, and he goes into the end zone. 2-point conversion good, and Paden City takes the lead 8-6 with 36 seconds left. I didn't even get a chance to breathe on that lead.
No, you did not at all.
Paden City 8.
All right.
I mean-
I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break here of 30 seconds, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff here on WAJR.com.
Hi, I'm David McCormick, owner of Omega Commercial Interiors. Did you know high school football is the most attended spectator sport in America? Seeing all those people cheering the home team got me thinking. In the bleachers, it's fun to stand and cheer, but at the office, you should sit in comfort. If your office furniture could use a new playbook, call Omega Commercial Interiors. Remember, buy local, and when you need office furniture, call us or go to OmegaCommercialInteriors.com. We're a proud West Virginia company.
This is Clay-Battelle High CD's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High and Middle School as the first kickoff for Paden City is set to go. Paden City has an 8-6 lead with 36 seconds left in the opening quarter. Maverick Gum and Zach Hall back deep to return, and they boot this one. Maverick Gum takes it at the 10. He gets across the 15, over to the 25, and that is where he will be stopped. And Clay-Battelle will take over at the 25-yard line, first down and 10. So Paden City answers with urgency after the first score there, and Clay-Battelle just kind of needs to play a track meet if just respond right back. But at the same time, the offense that Clay-Battelle is running probably favors them, limit the possessions, end up running the ball a lot more. If you end up falling behind, it's okay. You're a quick striking offense if you need to be.
Agreed. But it's just one of them. Just keep driving it down the field on them here.
Spears lines up under center with the tailback being Maverick Gum. They're going to roll out to the left here, throw it to Zach Hall. He catches it and falls down to the ground at the 32. And that'll be the first pass of the game by Clay-Battelle, and it's complete to Zach Hall for about a 6 or 7 yard gain. It'll be second down and medium. Across the 30 down to once again the 32-yard line. Scoreboard has it as second down and 4, and that's probably going to be the final play of the first quarter here.
I kind of like how Coach Wilson there was. I think he was feeling them out with that play. He wanted to see how Paden City was going to react to the pass. We got a chance to have it. I figure we're going to go back to the run here, try to move the ball down the field. You know, the thing is, it don't matter. As long as you get 3.5 yards every play, guess what? It's a first down. You end up in the end zone before it's all said. Don't got to do nothing fancy.
So that is the end of the first quarter with Clay-Battelle 6, Paden City 8. So going back to kind of summarizing there in the first quarter, do you think that Paden City's pace is what kind of caught Clay-Battelle off guard on that second series?
There was a little bit of that. I think there was a little bit of excitement. You know, we got really excited because we did score on them. The thing is to look at is Paden City done an onside kick. They got it. We stopped them. You know, now let's find out, can Paden City stop us? You know what I mean? Because they don't stop us. Sooner or later, Clay-Battelle's boys start going, hey, we stopped them one time.
Yeah.
We can stop them again. Paden City boys start to think,
well, we can't stop these guys.
We can't stop these guys. What's going on?
J.C. Spears, I see Maverick Gum, I see Ponceroff.
Zach Hall is out there, too.
Zach Hall is out there, yes, and it looks like he's set to take the snap. Maverick Gum to his right. 2 receivers to the left, that's Spears and Ponceroff.
They're going to run Hall to the wide side, I believe.
You are correct. They run it to the right. He's got some open space here. Jukes across the 35, but a good tackle there in the open field by the quarterback, Caden Myers. It is a first down, though, a gain of about 12.
Got 5 yards.
Got 5?
Got 5 on that. Yeah,
was that second down?
That was
second down, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, sorry. So the first play of the second quarter results in a first down for Clay-Battelle. They're near midfield at about the 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line. Offense breaks the huddle here. Looks like Maverick Gum is set to take the snap in a tight formation. He's the only one in the backfield. The strong side is to the right. He fumbles the snap, and he's going to have to fall on it there. And not what you want if you're Clay-Battelle. You've done really good running the ball here. You've been in front of the sticks. This is going to be the first time you're behind it at your own 32-yard line, and that'll bring up second down and about 18 there.
Yeah, I see him coming back with Zach Hall. Probably try the wide side again. Zach appears to be the fastest man on the field. And I do see Spears coming in. Maybe you're going to see a pass, but he came in late.
Spears is in an empty backfield here. I also saw Josiah Morgan come in. They're going to motion out Zach Hall to try and fake a jet sweep here. They throw it to Ponceroff, and it's broken up, incomplete. Number 21, Jessup Higgins, was very close to an interception there. They had Ponceroff there in double coverage. It did hit him in the hands.
And that's the only time this year I can say that I've seen Ponceroff drop a ball. That really shocked me, but I can say that watching highlights of these guys throughout the year, you really want to watch testing them in the secondary deep. They've got athletes back there that can pick it off and take it the other way. I believe the game you went versus Hancock, they had an interception for a touchdown.
They had an interception very close to a touchdown.
Okay.
It was almost a pick six. A little bit of miscommunication here, and Clay-Battelle's going to call a timeout and try to think things over. They had a trips formation to the right. Coach Wilson didn't like what he sees, so he calls a timeout. I think that's a good play here. You're third down and 18.
Yeah, you can't take the timeout.
Do you think about maybe going conservative here? Try running the ball, maybe a screen to Zach Hall, seeing what you can get, and then maybe punting the ball away? Or do you like going for the home run?
I send Ponceroff deep. I see if he's open. I have Zach Hall on a screen to the side. Just see which one's open, how the defense is playing it. Give a double option to Spears. Spears has been really good with the ball this year. And see what you can get out of it. As far as I'm concerned with how the seasons went, this is Clay-Battelle's state championship game. This is a ranked team. This is 4-down territory, almost no matter what. If you pick up something, if you get within 10 yards, I think you go for it.
All right. Brady Nestor is the running back to J.C. Spears' left. They line up in trips to the left. Roll Spears out to the left. He's going to throw it deep. He's got Ponceroff open over the middle. He's across the 45 down to about the 47, and that's going to bring up fourth down and very short here. It's going to be about 4th and 1. All right, Chance, you go for it?
I'm going for it. I'm going.
What do you have to lose, right?
Well, you're right. You're not playing for a playoff spot. You're playing for wins.
They motion out J.C. Spears and Josiah Morgan. They bring in 2 extra offensive linemen of Carson Moore, and I believe that was Cameron Lloyd into the game. Bunch formation here, strong side to the right. Maverick Gum, the lone man in the backfield. They do a hard count, and an absolutely great discipline there by Clay-Battelle as they force Paden City to jump off sides. It's an encroachment. First down, Clay-Battelle. Excellent job there by the Seabees.
We stooped that tater that time. I'm going to go through all my taters tonight. We stooped it. And that is now the 4th penalty on Paden City. We do have a big.
I was about to say
big one on Clay-Battelle. That was a late hit.
15-yard penalty on Clay-Battelle. All right, Zach Hall set to take the snap. Maverick Gum to his right. 2 receivers to the left. They run to the right here with Zach Hall. He's going to get across the 50 over to the 45, dances across the sideline and cuts back to the middle, and then jumps out of bounds there at about the 39-yard line. Line to gain is about the 39.5. It's going to bring up second down and very, very short here for Clay-Battelle.
Unless Paden City changes something defensive-wise, I think that's there every play. I think Zach Hall he's back. The knee appears to be healthy, and he's the fastest man on the field.
And just like that, Paden City is going to call another timeout here. That's their second of the half. That leaves them with only 1 to go before halftime, and they've taken both timeouts on defense.
They've got them questioning themselves.
Let me ask you this. Put me into the mind of a Paden City coach. What do you do to try and stop Zach Hall from running to that strong side?
I mean, we've been running Zach Hall to the wide side a lot. Maybe you take that safety, you start bringing them up to whatever the wide side of the field is, the opposite hash mark. You try to keep him from getting the corner. You try to force him inside, shut down to some smaller runs. But when you do that, you open yourself up at that point in time to a Poncer off going deep. Zach Hall can throw the ball too, which is something a lot of people haven't seen this year because he hasn't been healthy. So we've mainly used him as a running back.
It's pretty easy to just throw the ball up in the air with Poncer off on one-on-one coverage because he wins those 50% of the time. It works every time.
Yep, and get him down the field. And it's the open, like I said, it ain't got to be a perfect pass. Poncer off normally is going to make the play. First ball I've seen him drop all season there, I believe. Maybe
that was still a double coverage. That's a difficult catch to come down to. I understand it hits him in the hands. Maverick Gum set to take the snap in an empty backfield. Zach Hall is the wide receiver to the right. They just run the ball up the middle, and I think he got enough for the first down there. Let's see where they...
Yep, going to give him a yard and a half. He needed
nice
a yard.
Physical run there, number 11 there. Jeremiah Thomas on the tackle. Got a little physical with him there, but... This is why I like Paden City. They rough you up, they put you down to the ground, and they're like, here, let me help you back up so I can hit you again on the next play.
There's always a next play.
9 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the opening half. First down and 10 for Clay-Battelle. Spears and Ponceroff are the wide receivers to the left. Zach Hall set to take the snap. Maverick Gum to his left. They motion Brady Nestor from right to left at the tight end position. The strong side now is to the left. Zach Hall looks and is going to throw just over the intended target of Ponceroff.
Ponceroff is incomplete.
Yeah, they tried.
But you showed it.
You did. They gotta be honest about it now.
Zach Hall taps his chest and says, my bad. Second down and 10 here for Clay-Battelle. I think the thing that only worries you is that you wasted a down. You didn't get any yardage here. Clay-Battelle's been kind of churning 4 or 5 yards on every play. But at the same time, you're also in 4-down territory as well.
And if we run Zach Hall wide like we have been, he's been getting 9 yards. It's going to be a 3rd and 1.
Second down and 10 here. Spears lines up under center with 3 guys in the backfield. That's Hall, Nestor, and Maverick Gum. They hand it off to Hall. He cuts to the right side, goes across the middle, gets across the 30-yard line down to the 29. The line to gain is the 28. And it'll be 3rd down and very short here for Clay-Battelle.
I mean, a different play, but 9 yards once again with Zach Hall.
And there's a flag on the play.
What do we got here? Legal substitution, is that what I see?
Yeah.
Or a legal man down... I don't know how it's a legal man downfield. Oh, legal substitution on Paden City because he's talking to Coach Wilson.
No, he's talking to Coach Wilson saying He's saying there's a whole bunch of people in the huddle. He's saying there's too many people in the huddle. Illegal substitution on the offense, and that's going to be crucial there. It puts 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. I think he just had too many people in the huddle there.
They did have 12 people, but, well...
Why is it...
They're saying that evidently happened before that play.
Is it a 10-yard penalty?
No, they went back to second down. They act like that play didn't exist. We're back to 2nd down and 15 now.
All right. Zach Hall set to take the snap. He runs to the left. He's going to try to get some space, and he's tackled in the backfield there. And there's a flag. It's going to be a late hit there on Jeremiah Thomas. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Well, it may not be an automatic first down, but it's definitely a 15-yard penalty at the end of the run.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't a big fan of that call. I didn't feel it was overly too rough. But you know what I think it was? I think it was a makeup call. I think they know they messed up earlier. This is a good opportunity. You fix it. Leads you going to be, looks like 2nd and 8.
It's got to be 3rd down because that was after the play.
That's after the
play.
There
you
go. All right, 3rd down and 8. To me, you run Zach Hall to the wide side of the field, which would be away from us. It's been there most of the night.
Spears is into the game. He's going to line up under center here.
Zach Hall's actually out wide.
Zach Hall is out wide. Brady Nestor's the fullback. Maverick Gum's the tailback. They fake the handoff. They roll it to the right. Zach Hall's open at the sideline. He throws it, catches it, falls down, and he's got the first down at the 25. Nice little. It reminds me of Hunter Renfro, kind of. You know, he just rolls out, he catches that ball, and he's going to fall down to the ground. No need to get fancy there.
Stay in bounds, keep the clock rolling.
And it'll be first down and 10 unless they say that the ball was out of bounds. Referees are signaling to run the clock. Now the clock runs. First down and 10 here for Clay-Battelle at the 25.
What's 10 seconds off the play clock? Just want to note that to the clock operator.
5 seconds. They do snap the ball under center. Zach Hall runs to the right, gets across the 20, dances to the outside, gets across the 10, over the 5. Is he in the end zone?
He is.
Touchdown, Clay-Battelle! How about that? Excellent balance there by Zach Hall. And Clay-Battelle gets a touchdown from the 25, and it is 12-8. Clay-Battelle has the lead.
Also puts Zach Hall over the century mark for the night, 105 unofficially. But did you see the speed? I know he's the fastest man out there. When he got to that sideline,
everybody thought he was out of bounds.
And he just took off.
Yeah.
And he was by 3 Paden City defenders in 2 steps. I think they expected him to run out of bounds, to be honest with you, the way that they reacted to that.
He was just setting them up, Chance. He's been dancing out of bounds just to set him up for that.
It is. He's like, hey, I'll fall down on this pass. Next time I'll run back.
Spears is the guy set to take the snap with 3 receivers to the right. They motion Ponceroff over to the left. Brady Nestor motions from the backfield to the left. Spears rolls to his right, throws it towards the end zone, batted, and incomplete.
And it's just good defense there.
Yep. He had Josiah Morgan there on a corner route, but good coverage there. I believe that was Jeremiah Thomas on the deflection, and it will be 12-8. Clay-Battelle here with 7:25 left to go. I gotta think here, Chance, that I think the biggest thing so far is field position. Maybe if you can get them to outside the 40-yard line, they may run out of gas here on offense and may be able to force yourself on a stop. But they've started every drive on the 40 or better. Do you think maybe about kicking it out of bounds?
I was going to say, it's a crucial drive. Either way you look at it, the field position is something to look at. They've had good field position. But you really need a stop here. You need a lead either at halftime because they're going to get the ball. So if they go down, they score, and then we got to kick it off to them. If we don't get enough time to score ourselves again, it's a problem for us. So it will be interesting to see. I mean, maybe if nothing else, maybe you pull the old trick out of the bag like they did, and we'll onside kick it here.
Ashton Little and Joseph Baker are set deep to return for Paden City. There's a nice little gap there between the 40 and the 20, and they do sky it right up in the air. Little catches it at the 25. Goes past the 40 over to the 45, and they tackle him out of bounds there. And there's probably a debatable late hit there, but Caleb Snodgrass was going down, and he was like, Can you just give me a hand and let me catch you? Yes. Can you catch me here? I'm just hugging you so I don't fall down to the ground. He ends up taking the returner with him. They take over possession at midfield here. So once again, the field position game playing a crucial factor here so far on this offense because it allows Paden City to go at the pace that they want to, which is 100 miles an hour. They line up in that full house package with Baker in the backfield. Ashton Little and Braden Neff, the wingbacks. They motion Braden Neff from left to right. They hand it off to Baker. He's into the open field. He gets across some tacklers, and he is into the end zone. One play, 50 yards, touchdown Paden City. And just like that, they have the lead back.
And this will be a crucial extra point here. Go to a 2. That'll put them up by 4. I mean, puts it out of field goal range. You probably in high school football from what we've seen this year from Clay-Battelle. Not that big of an ordeal. But at the same time, I don't know. Did Coach Wilson go, hey, let's just let him score. Give us 7 minutes to drive down the field. Completely use the clock up. Score our touchdown.
Then we'll get the ball back to start the second half.
Well, they get
and
it.
we'll go. No, we get it. We got the ball.
That is true because they onside kicked it, didn't they? I've been confused by that because of the onside kick. Let's see the extra point here.
Misdirection here. They hand it off to Baker, but he is stopped short. Nice tackle there by Easton Rowan. I believe that's Easton Rowan. Actually, it's Joshua Wilson Well, I've been saying his name a lot tonight. How about that?
You know,
So
to see
we
that
missed
ankle
the
get
opening
back up.
kickoff. So you're telling me that Paden City kicked the ball off and got the onside kick?
That's what I believe happened at the beginning of the game. I know we kind of come in late there when we looked down, but they were cheering and they had the ball at the 49. I don't think, and I'm about 100% sure they're the ones that kicked it because we had guys back deep. I guess we'll find out at the beginning of the second half, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Process of elimination here, I guess. 7:09 left to go in the opening half. Clay-Battelle trails Paden City by a score of 14-12. The Wildcats are in prime position for a playoff spot. I think they're at about the 13 seed right now. Let me check here.
I can tell you the clock's been moving quickly. The last time we had the Dominion Post in the booth with us, he almost couldn't make it to the paper in time. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. Even though we started a half hour later tonight, at this point in time, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that.
By the way, Paden City is number 14 in the WBSSAC rankings. So if they were to lose here, they would probably go out of the playoffs.
And then be leaving it to somebody else to get back in.
Yep. They boot the ball away, and they get it to about the 3. Zach Hall catches it in the end zone. I think he waved a fair catch there, so he's going to wave for a touchback, and Clay-Battelle will take over at the 20-yard line.
I heard you say fair catch. I know that at one point in time, your parents lived in Iowa. Is that maybe where you feel like, are you calling it an illegal fair catch here? Like maybe he was waving somebody off, he wasn't waving somebody off. I'm just bringing it up.
Well, thanks for bringing it up. I mean, that's still a tender subject here. Probably no Iowa fans listening here, but if you are a Hawkeye fan, I feel sorry for the loss because that was an absolutely atrocious call.
He waved it off.
No, he didn't. He was waving
off.
other guys off. His hand was never above his head. Zach Hall set to take the snap in an empty backfield here. They motion the strong side from right to left. They run it to the weak side this time. Puts him one-on-one with the free safety. He gets across the line to gain and goes out of bounds, and there's a flag for a late hit.
Late hit. Yep, going to be 15 yards on the run by Zach Hall.
And the ball looks to be marked down at the 34, so that will move it to the 49-yard line if it's at the end of the run.
I believe it's at the, yep, there it is.
I understand I'm the Clay-Battelle announcer here, but I'm not sure if I agree with that call.
Here's what I'll say. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said this before, at least you've said
at
it
the
to
same
me.
time,
our
though,
angle ain't the best from here, so we're going to have to trust the ref who's standing on that side of the field that it was late.
I will also say that I don't think our personal foul penalty was that atrocious either, so make-up calls in abundance here.
Now, on that, what was it, 77, Cooper Statler had 2 big blocks on that run.
They motion the strong side from left to right here. Zach Hall in an empty backfield. He runs to the strong side to the right. Dances at the line of scrimmage. Gets to midfield. There's a flag on the play.
All right. Now, that was late. And it looked like an illegal block in the back is what I've seen a motion of. And here comes the makeup call. Personal foul. Illegal block in the back. Yep.
Against the offense. All right. So that'll move the ball. Is it from the spot of the foul?
I do believe it is, so it'll be interesting to see.
So they move the ball back to about the 42-yard line, so you're at first down here.
You're looking at 4 and 4, so second.
Second about
18.
15. Is it second down? I don't really understand how that's still a loss of down.
I don't understand that either. It was looking like it should be first down. They need to fix that.
All right. Spears lines up under center with 2 receivers to the left. Flag on the play. This one's probably not going to count. They throw it to Zach Hall, and he dumps it off over at midfield. He dances out of bounds at the 50. So it's probably going to be a legal procedure here. They say false start on the offense. So that'll move it to the 37 7.
They need to. It's still first down. And the legal block in the back is not a loss of down.
Unless they call it a personal foul. Oh, it's a dead ball. Our Dominion Post reporter is saying that it may have been after the. Now they move it to first down.
There we go.
Okay.
Somebody caught on to that.
All right. So it'll be first down
And a country mile.
and 18. We'll call it 18. Line to gain is the 41 of Paden City. The ball is at the 32 of Clay-Battelle. Spears lines up to take the snap. Brady Nestor motions from the backfield to a wide receiver position. Spears rolls, throws, gets hit as he throws it, and it's going to be picked off by the quarterback, Caden Myers. And Paden City will take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. So a whole bunch of penalties force a throw out of J.C. Spears on a 50-50 ball, and it ends up being a turnover and probably exactly what Paden City needs to take control of this game.
The defense really needs to step up here. We need a big play from them.
6:17 left to go in the first half. They line up in a full house formation. They motion Little from right to left. He gets the ball on the jet sweep. Brady Nestor lays the hit stick on him, which gives Dakota Walls time to get to the ball carrier, and he tackles him from behind. Gets a gain of 1 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 9 here for the Paden City Wildcats. Ball is now at the 38-yard line of Paden City after the pick. 5:45 left to go in the half here on a running clock. Bunch trips formation to the right, 1 tailback and 1 receiver to the left. They fake the handoff to Baker here. It's a jet sweep to Neff. He's into the open field across the 20, down across the 15, and down to about the 12.
26-yard run by
Yep. That play's been there because they're really trying to stop Baker on that halfback dive, and they really open themselves up here on Neff on a jet sweep. 1st down and 10 in the red zone here. Baker lines up to take the snap in a Wildcat formation. He runs to the right. Tackled for a minimal gain. He gets across the 10 down to the... Actually, no, he's going to be marked at the 10. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. Now, I will say, I'm very surprised when they go into that jumbo Wildcat package that they don't put Big Tater Brady in there.
It is odd to see him not used on the offensive side of the ball, at least from time to time.
They line up with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They hand it off to the running back to the right, fake the handoff to Baker. Ashton Little with the carry, and he is in for the touchdown. And Paden City takes a 20-12 lead.
Okay, now let's go back. If we get the ball at the beginning of the second half, we needed to score in the next 4.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. There is a injured player, by the way, down for Clay-Battelle.
That's a 4 on the right side is what it looks like from here. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Coach Wilson is the first person there. Training staff walking out on the field. I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll give you the news on the injured player here on WAJR.com.
Ever take a moment and glance at the ball field fence and see the name Insurance Centers? It's not about the unlimited concession stand popcorn that comes with a sponsorship. It's about an investment. The Insurance Centers consistently sponsors area schools, youth sports programs, agriculture, first responders, and veterans. It's our investment in the future of those communities. So when you're cheering for your local team, just know the Insurance Centers is right there with you. Online at insurancecenters.com.
Hi, it's it's Peggy Lovio from Omega Commercial Interiors. Friday night touchdowns keep you on your feet, but when it comes to office furniture, Omega's got the perfect seat. High school football is all about community supporting our local teams. At Omega, let our team support your office furniture needs. Remember, buy local, and when you need office furniture, call us or go to OmegaCommercialInteriors.com. We're a proud West Virginia company in Morgantown and Charleston.
Health works for you. For rehab and fitness too.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High and Middle School. It was Gunnar Price, the injured player, down as the Paden City Wildcats line up to go for two. They hand it off to Brendan Baker, and he bounces to the outside, breaks the tackle, and is in for the 2-point conversion.
Joseph Baker, just to let you know.
Joseph Baker?
Yep.
What did I say?
You said Brendan Baker. That would be our player.
Yeah, that would be our player number 32, who is out for the season with an ankle injury. 4:30 left to go here in the first half. Paden City now leads by 10, 22-12.
We're talking, we're confused a little bit by the kickoff at the beginning of the game because
we missed the opening
kickoff. Who got it? But if we do get it back to the beginning of the second half, we're not out of this. We got 4.5 minutes right now. Let's go down the field and get a score. Hopefully 0 time on the clock. We get the ball back at the second half, and now it just goes back to that.
Or at least just leave 30 seconds. Force them to maybe pass the ball.
Yeah, maybe make them drive further than our 32 for a touchdown because that seems to be the field position game.
I'll tell you what can be very crucial here is a good kick return by Clay-Battelle. I think this is a big play here if you're the CB. Zach Hall and Maverick Gum back deep to receive here. And you also don't need to get away from what worked for you if you're Clay-Battelle. You can run the ball a little bit. You still have 2 timeouts, and you have 4.5 minutes left to go on the clock. The kicker for Paden City is Philip Eckhorst, number 52, for the Wildcats, and he boots this thing.
He does have a leg.
Deep, and it bounces at the 6. Zach Hall picks it up, tries to run to the wide side of the field here. He's going to try and make this a track meet. Gets past the 25, across the 27 or 26, and is pushed out of bounds.
With the kickoff return.
Dad just texted me and he goes, "Hang in there. You're just down 1 score."
And we are. I mean, you get in there. Well, I guess 2 clinically. We're down by 10.
Yeah,
we're
technically down by 10. 4:22 left to go in the first half. Like I say, please don't get away from your offense and what worked. Running the ball still works. You have 2 timeouts.
It was first in a country mile. That kind of got us out. That got the pick done. Let's keep our heads on straight.
That was just a very odd drive with the penalties. And it looks like they are going to run the ball here. Heavy set package with 1 man in the backfield. That's Maverick Gum. Maverick Gum runs to the strong side on the right. Gets bounced up by Tater.
Runs into a really big Tater.
Yep.
But he pushed Tater backwards, and we're going to have a 2nd and 5.
Tater is a big boy.
He is. He takes up that middle. He almost makes you have to run to the outside because there's no room up the middle.
You have to maybe put 2 blockers on him. All right, 2nd down and about 5 here for Clay-Battelle. They line up in the same formation, strong side now to the left. They run to the left. Maverick's got some good blockers, gets across the 40, down to maybe the 42, 41. Does get across the sticks for a first down. Clock stops with 3:38 left to go in the half, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Clay-Battelle.
I think that was about a 12-yard run, which doubles Gum's yards for the night from 12 to 24.
Maverick's been so impressive this season. I'm really glad he's a junior so we can have him back next year because he's been an absolute workhorse for us this year. Zach Hall set to take the snap in an empty backfield. He gets across the 45, cuts across to the 50, over to the 45, now to the 40, and goes out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. He had 3 Paden City defenders in front of him, and he's just like, you know what? I think I'm just going to run out of bounds and stop the clock here. There is an injured Paden City player down.
Coach Wilson may have been on the sideline screaming, too much time, like just stop.
Yeah.
Don't take it to the house, because then we got to turn it over to them and stop them with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. I do believe, it looks like a cramp. Not trying to.
It was a non-contact
minimize
injury.
the injury, correct. I do believe we got a cramp, which is later you get in the season, rougher that is, but at the same time, this has been a very active game.
Mm-hmm. A quick-paced game, really. I mean, this game started at 7:30. We're at 8:30 right now, and we're almost at halftime. Which, if you're a big fan of the Applebee's half-price apps,
that's a good thing.
You're really looking forward to that
Sooner
after this game.
or later, I feel like mine and yours pictures got to be on the wall at Applebee's, because we give them so much free advertisement. It's out there.
They at least got to give us the gift card, right?
I mean, you would think they'd bring something out to the house here. I mean,
Yeah, Mr. Hall's actually talking to us right now. We've actually got both simultaneous streams on right now. If you want to watch the game, you can watch it at nfhs.com. But if you're in the car, maybe out on the back deck, you just sipping a nice iced tea or something like that on this warm fall evening in late October. Doesn't really feel like October, but if you want to just sit back, close your eyes, and paint a picture that I'm telling you.
I was going to say, we're in October. We might as well just call it whatever pumpkin drink you want to have. You know what I mean? Pumpkin tea, pumpkin pop, pumpkin this.
I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin stuff. I'm going to be
everything.
honest. First down and 10 here for Clay-Battelle. Zach Hall's lined up in an empty backfield. Strong side is to the right. Zach Hall runs to the right, gets across the 45 over to the 30, dances out of bounds, gets across the sticks, and is pushed out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, and that will be enough for a first down for Clay-Battelle. And he also gets out of bounds here. It's 3 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the first half. Now you're starting to wonder if
you may want to start taking a knee at the sideline at this point in time.
Because you're wondering if you're leaving them too much time.
Yes. I mean, at this point in time, you would like to score, but leave them no more than 2 minutes. Because they're going to start on the other side of the 50. That's just the way the night.
Spears lines up under center here with 3 guys in the backfield. They hand it to running back Maverick Gum, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Maybe a loss on the play. It'll be second down and 10 here. Actually, no, they are going to move it back here about a half yard. So second down and about 10 and a half for Clay-Battelle. The clock does roll. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the half.
And we've got we've got 2 timeouts left, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got 2 left. So if we get less on time, it's okay to use a timeout.
They substitute, I believe that's Joshua Wilson for J.C. Spears. They line up in an empty backfield with Zach Hall. Zach Hall runs to the strong side on the right, cuts back across the 30, dances across the middle, does get some good positive yards on that play, but it is still going to bring up third down and medium. Ball is at the 21.5. Line to gain is about the 14.5.
Big play here by all means. We're going to keep that clock rolling. We're going to get it under 2 minutes.
It's 4-down territory at the same time, too.
Yes, definitely is.
I think you run your best inbounds play here. Run the ball to about 1 minute left and call a timeout.
I was going to get ready to say you run Zach Hall to the wide side of the field, get him in space, and it looks like it will be Zach Hall getting the snap.
Yep, he does run not to the wide side of the field, but to the strong side of the field as he gets tackled at the 20-yard line, gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 5 for Clay-Battelle. Now I'm not even sure you maybe call a timeout. You might want to...
No, if you hold them...
You hold this to the play. You may not even want to run a play here. You might just want to bluff something.
Maybe get it down to 1 second here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe try a hard count. 1 second, you call a timeout. See if you can get a cheap 5 yards here.
They changed the play as they break the huddle. Ponceroff and Zach Hall are wide receivers. Now there's confusion, and Coach Wilson calls a timeout. 56 seconds left here in the game. Chance, Also, one thing I need to mention here before we go to halftime, if anybody has any interest in high school bands, a great example to see how good a band can be, Paden City's band is absolutely phenomenal. They are a single A school, and they march 30.
That is impressive for a single A school.
Yeah. So we'll reset here. 4th down and 5. 56 seconds left here to go in the game. Clay-Battelle has the ball just outside the red zone at the 20-yard line. We're still not sure who gets the ball in the second half to start the second
we're
half.
Still not, but I mean, this is the play right here that if you get the ball in the second half, this is a huge play.
Spears lines up under center. Nobody in the backfield. They snap the ball. They run it they roll it out to the right. They throw it to Zach Hall. Zach Hall's got it, caught it, inbounds. Inside the 10 to the 9, out of bounds. It stops the clock at 50 seconds, and it'll be 1st down and goal for Clay-Battelle.
No idea what that was. I'm going to give Zach Hall 10 yards on the catch, though. We'll just.
That was at the.
Where were we at on that last?
I feel like we were at the 20, and he got it at the 9. So 11 10-yard gains. That's good enough. Good enough, Chance. Fake the handoff. They're going to throw it towards the end zone here. Punts are off. Oh, he dropped it!
I think I jinxed him.
Oh,
really
my
do.
goodness.
That was wide open.
It was there, a perfect pass. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it.
But what we did do is use a couple more seconds off that clock. Maybe
43 seconds left to go here in the half. Ball is still at the 9. It's 2nd down and goal.
Zach Hall's looking at Coach Wilson, pointing at himself. I think he's telling him, I want the ball. Which I can't blame him. He's had a great. We've got him at 157 unofficial yards tonight.
I will say this is the scenario, though, that you really wish you had Maddox Shriver.
Yeah, a little bit more of a ground game at that point in time.
Maverick Gum is in the backfield. J.C. Spears set to take the snap. He throws it towards the end zone, and he throws it out of bounds. There was nobody open there. Now you're forced with 3rd down and goal. 37 seconds left.
Okay.
And 1 timeout.
We go back to Zach Hall to the wide side of the field. Okay, which
by the way is to the left for those not watching.
Coming at us right now. He's been your best player tonight. Nothing against Spears. Spears has actually been really good at quarterback too, but you're compressed down here.
Not only that, you can run the ball and take as much time as you want off the clock. Call a timeout.
Go 4th down
and go for it on 4th down and. It can be the last play of the half.
You do got Spears in a shotgun with
Zach Hall to his left. Trips receivers to the right. They snap it. They look towards the left to Braden Ponceroff. He throws it. The safety was all over it. He drops the pass. It would have been a pick and a pick 6 if he was able to catch that. And this is going to bring up 4th down and goal here for Clay-Battelle. I'm not sure I agree with that play call there, Chance.
I don't either. I mean, it wasn't like a horrible call by any means. I seen where he wanted to go with it, but I truly believe just dump it off to Zach Hall there, which was one of the options. He tried squeezing it. I don't think Spears seen the safety is, I think, the problem.
All right, 3 running backs in the backfield here. Spears lines up under center. He fakes a handoff. He runs to the left. He throws it to the corner of the end zone. He's got Ponceroff open. He's caught it. Touchdown, Clay-Battelle. There's a flag on the play. They're not going to call this back and call pass interference, are they?
He gave the touchdown symbol, and I wanted to say...
Well, no, that was a different referee that gave the touchdown symbol. The different referee threw the flag. They're going to call pass interference on the defense, so it's going to be a touchdown here by Clay-Battelle. What an excellent grab there by Braden Ponceroff after 2 drops. He goes into the end zone, touchdown, and just like that, you're back into this ball game within at least 4. Had the chance to be within 2. In a questionable of who gets the ball first to start the second half.
We do apologize to those of you who are listening, we missed that. We got slightly distracted. Somebody knocked on the door. We went to check it. Next thing we know, somebody has
let's
the
be
ball.
clear here, okay? It's not the reporter's fault. I locked him out, okay?
We did lock him out. We were getting motioned by my daughters who were behind us, like, hey, somebody's knocking at the door. And we're like, we're going to get to it, but...
We were so excited talking about pregame that we just couldn't go away. We got to talk... If any of you guys know me and Chance personally, we're in a good job here because once you get us talking, we don't stop.
Yeah, dude, I love talking football. It don't matter
I'm just
what
sitting
it is.
here. I'm just glad I get paid for it.
I mean, I've got asked by somebody one time if you got offered Super Bowl tickets or a chance to go to Wheeling Island to watch all 3 games. I've said I'd go to Wheeling Island if Pittsburgh wasn't one of them at the Super Bowl. Okay, because I enjoy my high school football, and if you allow me to talk about it, then
I
that's
would
great.
say the Super 6 too, because I know the Browns ain't ever going to be in the Super Bowl. 2-point conversion here, set and ready to go. Spears lines up in an empty backfield. He rolls to his right, throws it towards the end zone. Zach Hall tried to get it. He did have Ponceroff and Josiah Morgan open in the corner of the end zone. Zach Hall tried to make a play there, and it just falls incomplete. And Zach Hall is down.
I'm going to take a guess he got the breath knocked out of him because he did take a shot in the back of the ribs. And he was stretched out when he did. He had the hand above his head trying to tip it to himself. Nice play by the defender on that note. It was not a cheap shot by any means.
Oh, no, he did exactly what he needed to do.
His objective was to separate Zach Hall from the ball. I just think in the process he knocked his breath out.
By the way, it should be mentioned here, 24 seconds left here in the half. Paden City will get the ball, but they have passed it once, Chance, so far this game.
It was incomplete, and they only have 1 timeout left.
But with the way this offense is quickly going.
Oh, the way they do misdirection, it could easily be. Matter of fact, I would have 2 guys right now on defense, spying number 1, because Neff has been their secret weapon.
Ashton Little's been very good as well.
Let's see what we got. Let's go to the stats here.
By the way, we didn't even give a field conditions report, Chance.
We didn't. You want to go ahead and do that now while we're in?
Field conditions report sponsored by Horizon Medical Technologies. Express testing, express results online at horizonmedtech.com. Go ahead, Chance.
We're going to go with Coach Wilson's preferred turf, not to my 3-inch tall Fescus we've had at Hancock. But I do want to bring up there was some rain showers before the game. The ground, I have not seen it come into play. Like everybody seems to have good footing, but there is a little bit of moisture on the turf tonight.
Looks like it's his leg, and that's not good if you're Zach Hall. You got to remember here, he missed a majority of this season here with a leg injury. So you really hope he didn't re-aggravate it.
Positive part is they did give him his helmet.
Yeah. And he is walking on his own power.
I was going to say, as closer he gets to the bench, the better it looks, is what I will say.
And he does get halftime to rest it. He doesn't play defense anymore, it should be mentioned, folks. He's only on offense. To tell you the truth, I think that's really energized him.
Well, we evidently got a penalty after it because we're kicking from the 45 right now.
Dakota Walls is the guy set to kick this one off. And he squibs this one, goes to the 15, and Ashton Little gets it at the 20. He cuts across the field, gets across the 30, and there's another flag on the play. And Brady Nestor will be credited with the tackle on the kickoff here. I'm interested to see what they call it.
Got a holding.
It looks like it's a personal foul call on Paden City.
I know that 42, Dakota Walls, was looking at the ref as the flag came out, so whatever happened must have been on him.
Done to him, I guess we should say.
And this will easily be the worst field position Paden City has had the whole game. I would not be surprised to see him just take a knee and call it a night.
I think you run one play. You see what you do. You fumbled the ball once.
I got the lead right now. I'm happy at number 14 in the WBSAC rankings
All right.
with the lead at halftime.
I say run a play. Chance says take a knee. They line up in bunch formation to the right, one receiver to the left. They do the misdirection to Neff. Neff's got some space. He gets across the 30, over to the 35, and goes out of bounds. They'll have time for one more play here as the clock stops and they go out of bounds. I think Paden City is going to call a timeout. Did they call a timeout? No, they did not. They still have one timeout left. You could do a very quick play over the middle here.
You do got a timeout.
I'd hate to see that 40-yard dash time, but I think if Baker goes untouched to the end zone, he might be able to make it before the end of the half. They do hand it off to Baker. He goes to the right, gets across the 40, goes to the 45, goes down, clock stops. They called a timeout. I think there's going to be one more play left before the end of the half.
16-yard run by Baker. Let's see if they give him that. Did they get it in time?
They gotta put it like point, or just do an untimed down.
Let's put .1 on the clock.
Yeah. And they're going to call it the end of the half here. Okay. All right. That will be the end of the half here with your score. Clay-Battelle 18, Paden City 22. We'll be right back with the halftime report. You are listening to Clay-Battelle CB football here on WAJR.com.
Help works for you when we haven't fitness too.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness. Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
The Insurance Centers is not just home and auto. We're home, auto, group health, life, business, and so much more. If you need insurance of any type and would like to build a lasting professional relationship with a local agent, call the office nearest you or visit us online today at insurancecenters.com. The Insurance Centers, where serving you is our best policy. In Morgantown, Westover, Kingwood, Terra Alta, Brewston Mills, and Fairchance, Pennsylvania.
This is the WHAR Halftime Show, presented by the Mon Health System. Feel the difference.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High and Middle School here in Blacksville, West Virginia, where your score at halftime, Clay-Battelle trails Paden City by a score of 22-18. This halftime report is sponsored by the health system, Mon Health System. Feel the difference. And Chance, are you finished with the first half stats here? Do you got them for me? You ready to go?
I think I'm close enough here.
All right.
We'll get the key ones out of the way. Coming on Clay-Battelle, pretty well the whole stat sheet's Zach Hall. I mean, he has got 16 carries, 157 yards and a TD. He's got 3 catches for 25 yards and a TD. You go to J.C. Spears, roundabout, I'm going to say around 50 yards passing. He does have an interception on top of the 2 TDs he's throwing. Ponceroff does have 2 catches for 24 yards.
And a touchdown, should be mentioned.
And a touchdown, correct. Going to the other side, you've got Neff, number 1. He has 125 yards rushing on 7 carries and a TD. You've got Little with 6 carries, 25 yards, a TD, and also a 2-point conversion. Passing 0 for 1 for their quarterback, who was at
Caden Myers.
But Besides that, it's been a quick moving half.
Two teams that have played in opposite fashion. Clay-Battelle has, now both teams have ran the ball pretty effectively, but Clay-Battelle has had a slow, steady churn in that clock. I would like to know what the time of possession is for each team. I could probably tell you it's pretty lopsided in favor of Clay-Battelle. Could you, one stat that we might have that you might be able to pull up for me, what is the penalties to Paden City as opposed to Clay-Battelle?
Took the words out of my mouth. That was the next stat I was going to that I think is a key in this game.
8 for Paden City.
Okay, we got 8 penalties for Paden City and
4 for Clay-Battelle. And I believe one of those penalties on Clay-Battelle was a personal foul penalty, and the rest have been procedure penalties, which result in only 5 to 10 yards.
And the reason I always bring up unofficial
was
I was one off on each of them. So the Dominion Post guy had me on that. I was at 7-3. He's at 8-4. Hey, I can tell you that there's been a lot of penalties on Paden City, that is for sure, and that's been a key. There's been some crucial ones on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it, but then you go back, the one drive Clay-Battelle didn't score, they themselves put themselves in that first in a country mile, which led to the interception for Spears because, Paden City was able to set back and wait for the pass on that one.
Yeah. Penalties, drive killers in football. I mean, for sure. That is the first half stats sponsored by Omega Commercial Interiors. Buy local at Omega in Charleston and in Morgantown at OmegaCommercialInteriors.com. We'll take a quick break while you hear the Paden City band playing over the speakers. We'll be right back. You are listening to Clay-Battelle CB's Football here on WAJR.com.
Hi, Josh Einerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, the area's only factory-authorized Carrier dealer. You can tell when it's time to clean your kitchen, but do you know when it's time to clean your air ducts? Just think of all the dust and allergens that have been piling up for all those years. But breathe easy. Advanced is now offering you $150 off any duct cleaning project in September. A cleaner home is just a call or text away. 304-598-9030. Carrier, turn to the experts and turn to Advanced.
Morgantown is a great place to live. Hello, I'm Rob Lang, 5th generation owner of Lang Monument, the family business. That's right, we've been here 148 years and wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else. Most work is still done on site and guaranteed by my family. We're proud of our community and happy to provide and maintain your monuments. We offer senior discounts, Visa, MasterCard, and other financing options. Lang Monument, located on Don Knotts Boulevard, across from the Wharf District.
It's Peggy Lovio from Omega Commercial Interiors. Friday night touchdowns keep you on your feet, but when it comes to office furniture, Omega's got the perfect seat. High school football is all about community supporting our local teams. At Omega, let our team support your office furniture needs. Remember, buy local, and when you need office furniture, call us or go to OmegaCommercialInteriors.com. We're a proud West Virginia company in Morgantown and Charleston.
Health works for you when we haven't fitness too.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness. Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Back to the Mon Health System halftime report on WAJR.
Chance, you know who can't hang? The Collins family kids cannot hang.
After a long week of school, they are ready for a nap. They know there's more surprises coming after this, so I think they're trying to rest up for the excitement.
Oh, my goodness. What do you say we take a look at some scores around the state?
We can do that.
All right. What do you want to start with? You want to start with AAA or do you want to start with single A?
Give me single A because I want to know how my Blue Devils are doing against them Tyler Consolidated.
All right. We'll start with single A here. Tucker County up on Petersburg 30-20. Number 2, Greenboro West up on 16 Midland Trail 41-0. Williamstown up on Doddridge 45-0 in the third quarter. Tug Valley up on Man 13-6 in the second quarter. And then Cameron is up on Ritchie County 36-0 at halftime. St. Mary's is up on Tyler Consolidated 26-6 at halftime.
Good news there.
Once again, your score here, Paden City leading over Clay-Battelle 22-18 at halftime. Montcalm beat Craig County, Virginia 35-0. Grundy, Virginia is up on Tulsa 24-6 in the fourth quarter. Tigers Valley beat Hundred by a score of 34-14 on Tuesday. Then we also have Pendleton County currently trailing to Moorfield 35-20. South Harrison up on Ravenswood 20-6. And that is it for the single A scores that we have so far. Moving on to double A. Liberty Harrison, the Consolidation Bowl. Liberty Harrison and Robert C. Byrd currently scoreless in the first quarter.
This is all being played to see what the mascot will be for the team next year. Like whoever wins this game, that's the mascot that we have when we consolidate.
Are they building a new school? Maybe the Dominion Post reporter can help me out on this. Are they
they're going
building
to Robert C. Byrd's High School will become the Consolidated High School. Liberty Harrison's High School will then become the middle school. I actually read that on Metro News a couple weeks ago. Been paying a little bit of attention to it, so I'm able to step in there and actually answer that for you.
My game of the week, not the Metro News AA game of the week, but my game of the week, number 3 Scott against number 6 Winfield, and Scott living up to their name, barely hanging on against Winfield by a score of 28-21. Scott undefeated on the year. Winfield only has one loss, but that one loss is to AAA side Hurricane. So
not a slouch by any means.
A perfectly respectable loss on the side of Scott and Winfield. But once again, Scott leading that game 28-21. The official Metro News AA game of the week, number 1 North Marion taking on number 2 Roane County. North Marion leads 31-13 at halftime.
That score is actually shocking to me. I actually felt that was going to be a little bit more of a ball game.
James Monroe in single A taking on Nicholas County. They lead 21-6 at halftime. AAA Brook taking on number 4 Weir. When was the last time we heard number 4 Weir in AA? They probably had a certain running back that went on to play at West Virginia named Quincy Wilson. But
it has been a while. That's probably, about 20, 25 years now, which I'm showing my age on that one.
They're trailing to Brook only by 1 point at halftime. Mingo Central up 50-0 on Chapmanville. Probably a good old Ellis Bowl household, believe it or not. As you know, my girlfriend Kirsten Ellis, her high school no longer in existence, but consolidated into Mingo Central. Her brother's wife, a Chapmanville graduate. So we got a little bit of a...
Somebody's got bragging rights come Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's going to be Kirsten on that night.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Kirsten, and I think it's also going to be Daisy's husband, which is Cole Ellis. He's going to have some bragging rights. He played offensive line on that Mingo Central team that ended up winning the state championship a year after he graduated. So he's going to have some bragging rights in that household. He's going to be wearing that teal blue Mingo shirt proud tomorrow.
We'll have to have a talk there sometime with the families, because I played play a card game with a buddy named Adam who was safety for that same Mingo team that won the state titles. So.
Lewis County is up on East Fairmont 21-14 in the third quarter. Lewis County at the 9 seed, East Fairmont at the 8 seed. Two good battles there in the AA side. Herbert Hoover, who lost their first 2 games, went on a 5-game winning streak, and then lost again to I can't remember who they lost to, but they're back tonight and looking to get on the winning column. It's the second quarter, and they lead 14-3 against Polka. Philip Barber up on Lincoln High School 14-0 in the first quarter. Frankfurt up on Grafton 44-6. Independence up on Wyoming East 55-0. Shady Spring up on Liberty Raleigh 15-8. And then Berkeley Springs in Braxton County set to play on Saturday. Bluefield has already gone final. They beat Gills, Virginia 47-13. Kaiser currently trailing Mountain Ridge, Virginia 35-14. And then Point Pleasant up on AAA Ripley side, 28-0 at halftime. Wayne is also up on Logan, 42-8, and that is it for your AA scores. AAA side, Preston up on Buchanan Upshur, 14-0 in the first quarter. Is that? Are you a Preston County grad? No.
Cover them enough.
Covered them enough. He's just happy to see them get in the win column. 1-7 on the year. Hopefully they can go to 2-7. Hurricane up on South Charleston, 56-0. I believe that's the former coach of South Charleston, now coaches at Hurricane, if I'm not mistaken. He won a state championship at South Charleston in the COVID 2020 year, ended up getting a chance to coach at his alma mater, and he now coaches at Hurricane. He's up on his old school 56-0.
Looks like
Huntington up on
St. better end of that deal there. Hurricane got the better end of that, I think.
You ready for this? Huntington is up on St. Albans 79-0 at halftime.
Somebody looks to be a little bit upset that Cabell Midland beat them last week.
Yeah.
Is what that looks like.
And poor St. Albans has to get the blunt force of that. Martinsburg is up on Hedgesville 22-0 in the third quarter. Jefferson up on Clarksburg, Maryland 34-0. Princeton up on Greenbrier East 55-0 in the second quarter. Bridgeport up on Lindsley 20-7 in the second quarter. I think that's a pretty surprising score.
Right, Lindsley, a little bit closer, playing them a little bit tighter.
Well, no, I think, in all seriousness, you cannot take Lindsley for granted. They're not a WVSSAC-affiliated school, but they're a private school, kind of a prep school, and they produce a lot of very good athletes up there in Wheeling, and Bridgeport's still up on them 20-7. Wheeling Park up on Parkersburg South 44-0, the AAA game of the week, and I'm sure Fred and Dave Jecklin are kicking themselves calling that the game of the week.
Yes, that definitely end up not being it. Unless Parkersburg South makes some miraculous comeback to win, then it can take back over the game of the week.
I'm going to save this score for last because it probably has the most listeners intrigued by this, but we'll skip to that, go to the next one. Spring Valley is up on Parkersburg 6-0 in the second quarter. GW up on Capital 42-6 in the second quarter. Lincoln County up on Riverside 6-3 at halftime, and Musselman is up on Washington 45-6 at the fourth quarter. The game that everybody who's not watching this game or listening to this game wants to know the score of, the Mohawk Bowl between University and Morgantown. And when have we not said this? When these two teams play each other, throw the record out. It does not matter if one team's undefeated and the other team is winless. These two teams come to play. And that's exactly what's happening here, as 4-4 University is up on number 10 Morgantown, who is 6-2, 12-7 at halftime.
You could push, possibly University sneak in at a 16.
I mean, it's AAA. Half the team make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, sneak in, and they can also, at the same time, knock Morgantown out, which to them, they'd probably rather knock Morgantown out of the playoffs than to get in themselves to a certain extent at this point in time.
Well, not to mention the fact of the bonus points that you're going to accumulate by beating a Morgantown side. You've got to be in the playoffs if
and
you're
does anybody really want to get up top and have to play a Martinsburg or a Cabell Midland or a Huntington?
Yeah, everybody who's playing the 16 and 15 seed that has to play Martinsburg in the first round, they're like, you know what?
I'm good.
Just chalk us up for a loss. We don't really want to waste the bus fuel going up there, all the way to the Eastern Panhandle.
What was it we were told a couple weeks ago? It was Coach Wilson talking to us about the guy that he went down to play the playoffs, and he goes, hey, listen, we want to feed you, or to greet you, feed you, and beat you, and send you home. And that's pretty well what Martinsburg's going to do. Somebody's going to come down there, and they're going to do that. They're going to give them a nice meal at maybe Ponderosa, probably showing a little bit there. Don't even know if they still exist, but, give them a Ponderosa meal and send them on their way.
Well, let me ask you this, Chance. What would you be more surprised about if they didn't make it to the state championship? Williamstown or Martinsburg?
Williamstown.
You would be more surprised.
I'd be more surprised if they didn't make it. I truly believe the only
Chance would just be upset that he didn't get to see his man crush on Saturday night.
Maxwell Melissa, that's correct. But I truly believe I told you if they're in separate brackets. Now this may be the one way I could see Williamstown not make it. I think if in separate brackets, we're going to see Greenbrier West, if I'm correct. It's not East, I don't think. I think Greenbrier West.
Greenbrier East is AAA.
Okay, and Williamstown, I think that's who you're going to see in single A.
Those are in your opinion, those are the what you're saying is that hopefully they're on opposite sides of the bracket because those are the two best teams in single A.
In my opinion, yes. I think that's what it'll come down to. And that's no knock on Tucker. I know they've had a great season. I just feel the film I've seen on Greenbrier West, if I'm saying it right, I keep getting confused. For Greenbrier West, the film I've seen on a defensive-minded team, and when you get into the playoffs, that's what you're looking for. You're looking to control what the other team does and control the clock. And I think that's going to lead. Williamstown does it great. I know that, and plus they've got easily one of the best athletes in the state. I don't care if it's single, double, triple, and he's going to be a difference maker as long as he stays healthy and getting to the end. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a St. Mary's Williamstown matchup again with a healthy Maxwell Melissa. I know there was some controversy at the last game. Me and you both seen the video. Don't really feel was a purposely hit.
I don't think there was. I don't think there was. Negligence, I guess.
No, I don't. I'd like to see them two teams match up, even if it's in Williamstown again, and let them play a game of both teams at full health, and let them settle that game. That was a really emotional game for both sides, I believe, that night.
I completely agree with you there. I'm going to throw a team out there that you've seen play that maybe is under a lot of people's radar, and I think that's the Wahama White Falcons.
I did get to see them a couple weeks ago when I went back to see my younger girls cheerlead at Ritchie County High School.
Which, by the way, they're all rocking Clay-Battelle CB's gear tonight, thanks to Coach Wilson.
They are. We've officially gotten them a real high school shirt, just to make sure they can wear something out there. So, but I went back and watched it. The Wahama kid at quarterback. Van Meter, is that correct?
Yes, Van Meter.
Van Meter is a beast. But what surprised me the most was, and I know you kind of brought up they couldn't pass. They done a phenomenal job of passing that night. But they've got this number 7. He's a little scat back receiver / tailback that they run. That if he gets in the open field, you ain't catching him. And I'm really impressed. And it's an interesting thing because when your best player on the field, your quarterback, you're in every game in single A. And I am interested to see some of these bigger matchups. The thing that may come back to haunt Wahama is you really haven't played nobody all year long. And when you get in them matchups, the teams that ain't afraid to play the bigger schools and take 1 or 2 losses, sometimes you can take that loss to a Williamstown, say like St. Mary's did, but it prepares you for when the playoffs come. You're able to get the revenge back on that because that was a 12-6 game. You're able to get the revenge back because you've played and the experience. You play a Tucker County who we've kind of talked maybe hasn't played as strong of a schedule as some of the other teams. Tucker's not prepared. You've prepared yourself a little bit more. If you're St. Mary's, you're going to have played Doddridge. You're going to have played Williamstown. You're going to have played Tyler County. You're going to have played a Work County, which I know isn't looking as strong towards the end of the season, but at the time, beginning of the season, looked like a pretty good team. So, opens things up. Wahama did look good, and it's one of those. Never going to count them out because of their quarterback.
Yeah. So the clock has been reset to 3 minutes. Both teams are stretching and warming up on the sidelines. I'm seeing Zach Hall seems to have his helmet on. He's walking out there normally, going through his normal stretches and stuff like that. So that's something to keep an eye on in the second half to see how he bounces back from that little shakeup that he had. I want to go back quickly to this game as Clay-Battelle is trailing Paden City here 22-18 at halftime. Chance, I talked about Paden City looking like that they've looked like a playoff team. Do you still think that this is a playoff quality team and they're maybe not going I shouldn't say underestimating this Clay-Battelle opponent because I think this Clay-Battelle side is very underrated because they've been in games. They've had chances against good quality opponents. But the problem is, and we'll talk about this more as our season wraps up, the margin for error is just so slim with this team, and when you have injuries, it makes those fine margins even slimmer.
It is. The injuries have come down to the point. I think Paden City's probably pretty good where they're ranked at right now. I can tell you this. The mystery question has been answered. Paden City will get the ball at the beginning of the second half. So we've got that out. They did onside kick it like I thought it happened. They're a very athletic team. One of them that, could surprise some people come
if they get the right matchup in the first round. I think this is a team that could scare Tucker County if they were the 16 seed.
From what I'm seeing from Paden City offensive-wise, they could score points. Defensive side looks a little bit shaky, but at the same time, we were talking at the beginning of the season. I thought Clay-Battelle was a fringe playoff team when healthy. The 100 game took a mental shock to, I think, everybody. We weren't expecting
huge reality check, I guess you could say.
And now they came back the rest of the season. You had some injuries along the way. We had some really close games that, some probably could have won. We end up losing. We could easily be looking at a Clay-Battelle team right now that's 4-4 with 2 games left to go. But because of injuries, we're looking at 2-6, if I'm correct, is where we're at. But it'll be interesting. Clay-Battelle needs one stop here, and the way the game went in the first half, we're right back into a ball game. And as like I said, I looked at the kids and I said, hey, let's go ruin somebody else's season, because they've had some of theirs ruined by injuries, by some upsets. To me, let's go out here. If you beat Paden City, they may not make the playoffs, and everything they played for all season long, guess what? They're going to be sitting coming 2 weeks the same place you are.
This is the third different kicker that we've had on the kickoff here, as Brady Nestor is the guy set to kick this one off. He boots a little sky punt deep, and he just kicks this one out of bounds. I don't think that's the worst idea in the world here with the field position that Paden City has had.
35-yard line, first down, Paden City.
So, I just got a note there from Zach Hall's dad, Mr. Hall, and I've actually been wanting to do this for a long time. We've been getting some great outreach here in the community all season long on social media, comments of thanking us for doing these games. We're so fortunate to now be able to put our voices on the video stream on nfhs.com, but I also want to give a special shout out to Zach Hall's grandma, Linda Harker. So I've been told by Mr. Hall that she faithfully listens to every week in every Clay-Battelle game, as the first play from scrimmage here in the second half is a run to Baker, sorry.
Baker for 5 yards.
For 5 yards, and that will bring up second down and 5. But just want to give a special shout out to her and her husband, who probably joins along listening with her on every game. I've been told she sits out on the porch, closes her eyes, lets me paint a mental picture for her, and I really appreciate that. Second down and 5 here for Paden City. They line up in a different formation here, but they're going to hand it off to Baker. Baker looks to be pretty close to the line to gain here. He is going to be marked down at about the 47, and it'll be first down and 10 for Paden City here. But Chance, I know you've been wanting to say that all year as well too.
I did. I mean, the reach out.
Even Coach Wilson has called and told us that how much he enjoys it. And that's really all we're trying to do here, people, is make this game a little bit more enjoyable for you at home listening or even watching. First down and 10 here for Paden City as they line up in the full house formation. They motion one of the wingbacks from right to left. It's a handoff to, I believe that's Ashton Little, and it's blown up there by Clay-Battelle. An excellent tackle there by Easton Rowan.
Yeah, now we got a moment here. I do want to speak upon that, Ethan. We don't shy away from the point. You graduated from Williamstown. I graduated from St. Mary's. We have our favorites.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Clay-Battelle's been extremely welcoming.
I feel adopted by this community. Yeah. And proud to be calling games with you here at Clay-Battelle. Have enjoyed the relationship we formed with Coach Wilson, with all of the coaches, I should say, the athletic director, the coaches. And for the people on Facebook, Twitter, all them that have commented about us, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Second down and 11 here for Paden City after the loss. They hand it off here to Baker. And Baker gets across the 50 down to about the 44.
It's going to be really close to a first down. They're
motioning first down. Excellent extension there by Baker to get that first down. Actually, they're going to mark the ball at the 41 and bring up third down and very short here. So third down here, 9:50 left to go in the third quarter. But we'll also have a further opportunity here to thank the fans and everyone that's been listening at the end of the season. But I want to get back to the game here, Chance, because we've got a halfway decent ball game here. Third down and 1. There was a little bit of confusion here. The referee signaled first down. They wanted to signal first down again, but Chain Gang's going, hey, ball's at the 41. I mean, you're more than welcome to put it at the 42, but if it's marked at the 41, it's not a first down.
It's the third down and short.
Wishbone formation here. They motion Ashton Little from right to left. They fake the handoff to Baker, and it's blown up. They fake the handoff to Baker, hand it off to Neff, and Clay-Battelle snuffed it all the way and gets a loss of about 3, and that will bring up fourth down and about 2 here for Paden City. They'll go for it again, but what an excellent play there. I believe that was Cameron Mercer and Easton Rowan on the tackle there by Clay-Battelle.
The first time they've held Neff all night long for less than 8 yards.
Wow.
He has been positive 8 yards or more every time, and that time he lost 3. Big play here for the Seabees.
Fourth down and about 2.5 here. They line up in a tight formation. They fake the handoff to Baker. It's actually a reverse to Neff. He's into the open field. You're not going to deny him twice. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Paden City.
That is going to be 100.
Oh, wait, there's a flag. There's a flag. Hang on.
Touchdown, Paden City.
Hang on.
And we do have a flag.
I did not see that, but there is a flag at the line of scrimmage here. Let's see what this one ends up being. This could be extremely crucial. Personal foul. Wow.
68 Paden City.
I believe they called a tripping penalty.
Interesting.
He done the leg thing there, so
this is going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that puts it from 4th and 3 to 4th and 18. You probably have to punt the ball. Chance, you were asking for a stop.
We got it.
You might have gotten it. Maverick Gum is actually the person back deep to receive for Clay-Battelle. Personally, myself, I think I'd rather have Josiah Morgan back there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Maverick Gum. I think he's been great for us all day today.
You're looking for the big play.
I'm looking for open field.
Oh, they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 20. Fake the handoff. It's the exact same play. It's over to Neff. Neff gets across the original line of scrimmage, and that is going to be it.
I get it. That's going to be an 8-yard.
Wow. Interesting play call there by Robert Price to go for it on 4th and 18, and the ball goes turnover on downs. The line to gain was about the 45-yard line of Clay-Battelle. He gets to the 47 of Paden City, and Clay-Battelle will have the best field position that they've had all night with 8:30 left to go here in the third quarter. If you play your cards right, you may not have to give the ball back to him here in this quarter.
Correct. Just take it slowly down the field. This is, like you said, excellent field position right now.
Zach Hall in the backfield. Strong side is to the right, and that's the wide open area of the field. Zach Hall bounces to the outside here. He's got no room to work, and he gets a loss. Loss of about 5 there, tackled back into his own territory at the 49. A loss of 5. Actually, a loss of about 4 there, and that will bring up second down and 14 for Clay-Battelle.
What we're seeing here, some adjustments by both teams at halftime.
Second down.
Are we about to have a defensive second half?
It could be. I do believe these offenses will get clicking again, but Paden City knows that they're back up on their heels now.
But at the same time,
here, they're down.
This still is a Clay-Battelle side that can pass the ball very well. They line up in an empty backfield.
Got one guy.
They fake the handoff to Zach Hall, and he fumbles it on the exchange. and it's going to be a turnover to Paden City. And just when you get the break that you were hoping for, it was a little bit of a high snap late on the exchange, and the ball is turned over for Clay-Battelle.
That's a killer. And
yeah.
the part that I was starting to say is they snapped the ball. We had two guys over here with one guy on them. We had Ponceroff and whoever was beside him out wide with only one defender on him.
All right. Baker lines up to take the snap in a wildcat formation. He gets tackled. And there's
another flag down.
Yep, this one's probably going to be a face mask. Ooh.
I think he got poked in the eye.
I think he got poked in the eye. Yeah.
But I think we are going to get a face, but we're going to get holding.
So this is probably going to be a non-played down, as the penalties will probably offset here. And you hate to see this on the Paden City side. Baker, obviously no intentional. Yeah.
Holding Paden City. Face mask. Clay-Battelle. Offset. Replay the down.
Now the thing I do find interesting here is with Baker being down is that they're checking his ankles. And I thought it was the eyeballs, but the trainer was down there holding on to the ankles.
As he does get up, he's standing on his own 2 feet, but he got poked in the eye.
Yeah, he's holding it, isn't he?
Oh, they're having to
off.
carry him off the field. This is very concerning here if you're Paden City.
His foot is not, I don't want to go there, but it does not look good.
All right. Back to the play at hand here. So 2 offsetting penalties, non-play the down, and it'll be still first down and 10 here for Paden City, and Paden City's actually going to call a timeout here.
First timeout of the second half.
And I'm honest, unfortunately,
the trainer appears to be looking for the parents in this dance, and that's never a good sign.
You are correct. And I really hate to see that from Baker. He's arguably by some to be their best player tonight. It's still been Braden Neff.
And it's mainly because I believe the CBs have keyed on Baker.
Yes.
To the point that the trickery, as we said, that misdirection with Neff. Neff's been wide open because everybody's like, Baker's going to get the ball, Baker's going to get the ball. And Neff hit the big plays because everybody's concentrating on Baker. This will change the point on offense that you start to key on somebody else if you're Clay-Battelle.
Well, you have to key on Neff now, right?
Yeah, I believe you got to key on Neff. I do agree with that.
I got to imagine that one of those wingbacks is going to switch to the tailback position.
I think you're going to see Little, it looks like, maybe moving. Well, I could be wrong on that.
We might see the wheels here from the quarterback, Caden Myers. Actually, Caden Myers was lined up at tailback here. They still give it to Neff, and Neff does do a good job of trying to make space here, and now he's down. He gets a gain of 2 there, and it's second down and 8 for Paden City.
You're right, though. He is in the huddle, bent over, holding his arm or his shoulder.
This is interesting here because now the quarterback is number 21, Jessup Higgins, the free safety. The snap is good, but it's a handoff to Myers. And Myers just gets stopped for no gain, and he's still slow to get up.
Brought down by Saddle.
No gain there. It'll bring up third down and 8. I think you got to take Neff out. He is hurt.
He's holding that right arm, shoulder area for sure. And it may be if you're Paden City, you just run it here and you punt it. you pin them down inside, and you allow yourself to reset your offense for the next drive. Or you let that quarterback finally see what he's got in the arm-wise. And the center walked up, and then they decided, hey, come back here. We need to discuss this again. And
the play clock was at 1, so they had to call another timeout. So they've wasted 2 timeouts on this drive. They only have 1 left with 6:05 left to go in the third quarter. Their coach is giving that offensive line an earful.
I believe he was telling them that, hey, half-price appetizers at Applebee's. I believe that's what he was telling them. It's just he wasn't he's like, you're paying because you just messed up.
They are still attending to Baker on the sidelines. I agree. I think you might be right, Chance. It looks like it might be his ankle because it looks like they're taking off the tape and trying to re-tape it. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 here for Paden City with 6:05 left to go in the third quarter. Ball is at the 36-yard line of Clay-Battelle. They snap the ball. They hand it off to the quarterback, Myers, lined up the tailback position, and he is stopped. He does get a positive gain on the play, gain of about 3 or 4. That will bring up 4th down and about 4.5.
I'd say 4.5, yep.
Do you go for it?
Yes. I mean, at first I was originally think punt, maybe try to punt him, pin him in there. But if you're able to pick this up, it gives you time to.
One thing I've been surprised about is that your tailback's out, you're lining up your quarterback at the running back position, but you haven't passed it either. All right, full house formation. They hand it off to Myers, and Myers is going to try to push forward, and he's going to be stopped. Turnover on downs, a gain of nothing on the play. Clay-Battelle will take over at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, this is. I don't mean
this is where you don't get cute.
No.
Run the ball.
This is Zach Hall time.
Yes.
You get it to you run them.
I don't even know if it's Zach Hall time. It may be still mix it up with Maverick Gum and Zach Hall.
I like Zach Hall to the wide side of the field, Zach Hall to the other wide side of the field, and just, you know what? He's had 4 games to rest.
Yeah.
It's time to use the knee.
1st down and 10 here for Clay-Battelle at their own 32.5-yard line. Zach Hall is set to take the snap in an empty backfield type formation to the wide side of the field to the right. They do run to the wide side of the field. Breaks into the open field, gets across the 40, past the sticks to the 45, gets tripped up by by Neff.
16 yards.
For a gain of 16, and it will be 1st down and 10.
1st down.
5 minutes left to go in the third quarter here. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Clay-Battelle. I know Chance has been saying go to Zach Hall on the wide side of the field. I like Maverick Gum here. Just keep them honest. But they're going to run it till they stop it. Flipped formation. Wide side is to the right. They go to the short side of the field to the right this time.
That's still 7 yards.
Yep, still gets 7 yards and gets out of bounds into opposing territory at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 for Clay-Battelle.
I mean, you said keep them honest. So they did. They ran Zach Hall. They just ran to the short side of the field. We're keeping them honest. I think I may have overestimated to 7. That looks a little bit more like 5.5 to 6 there. But
same thing. Strong side of the field to the wide side of the field. Zach Hall runs to the right, to the short side. Gets across the sticks. It's going to depend on where they mark him out of bounds. They mark him right at the sticks. It's going to be a 1st down. Right?
Yep.
Right.
Sure looks like it.
They haven't signaled. Right? It's a 1st down. Right? The sticks move. It's a 1st down.
Maybe they forgot their hand gestures down there for us.
4.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter here. If Clay-Battelle can score, they will seize momentum.
I will tell you this. Baker, we brought him up on offense. Middle of the defense is a little bit weaker now, too, and that may be showing up.
That's a good point.
Here.
Maverick Gum set to take the snap in an empty backfield. He runs to the short side of the field and gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play, but that'll be it. It is 2nd down for Clay-Battelle.
That may be giving Hall a breather there. May have been what that was all about.
Who needs a breather, right? You've had 5 games to rest, right, Chance?
I'm in agreement with you on that, but
we have not ran to the left side of the field, which I find interesting.
well, since you've brought that up, it's like the announcer saying, hey, they haven't gotten a hit all night. Let's see if that changes.
Maverick Gum set to take the snap in an empty backfield. He runs to the right side and is going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And there's some extracurriculars. 2 guys going at it, and
that was Brady Nestor lost his cool.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. Now, there is a flag on the inside, too, and I'm beginning to wonder.
I think the referee just didn't have the arm strength.
Okay.
I wonder if they're going to call it offsetting penalties and just say down counts, 3rd down.
Personal foul, 14, 15-yard penalty.
Wow. All right. Personal foul called on Paden for Clay-Battelle. Brady Nestor called for the personal foul penalty. That will bring the ball back 15 yards. And you didn't really do anything on the first 2 downs, but are they going to say that down doesn't count? Is it still 2nd down?
That's what we're looking like. I do want to say that we may want to get a pulse check on the umpire, because I've not seen no excitement. It was personal foul number 14.
Let's see what they're going to say here.
I think he's asking.
He's probably asking why is it not a lost down? As the crowd kind of goes silent here, there are 2 trainers attending to Baker on the sideline.
I can tell you the shoes off, sock is off, barefooted. I do see a towel maybe with ice underneath of it.
And they are now saying it's 3rd down. I mean, that's what it should be.
I agree. The penalty was after the...
Yeah, the penalty was after the whistle. It's a dead ball foul. So now it's 3rd down.
This is throw it up to Ponceroff time. You've got yourself either that or a screen to haul.
So who's guarding Ponceroff? Is it Ashton Little? Because he's lined up in the slot.
It does appear it's Little.
Okay. Spears set to take the snap. He fakes the handoff. Oh, my goodness. Just trying to make a play, and it's Paden City ball right back where it originally started. They were going to try to do that trick play where it's the handoff to Nestor and toss it to Braden Ponceroff. Zach Hall was open to the opposite side of the field, but that play just blew up. And Chance, that is where you miss Maddox.
It is. You definitely miss Maddox, but you also miss on the point of, we talked about the penalties in the first half, and there's another drive that was killed by penalties.
Looks like Ashton Little is set to take the snap in a wildcat formation here as he bounces to the right side and is tackled by Brady Nestor. They blow the whistle, and there's a flag. It's going to be another personal foul call on Clay-Battelle. You can't do it. Oh! Coach Price is upset.
And he threw his clipboard, which may get another 15 yards. If they seen it. The ref had his back to him as he did it.
It's on the offense, so I will say this, okay? He's not the kind of guy, I've talked to him a couple times personally. Coach Price is not the kind of guy that gets mad at the referees. He's throwing his clipboard because he's mad at Ashton Little.
And he's letting Little know a little bit about it here on the sideline.
So that's a personal foul call, and that's going to be a loss of down. It's going to be 2nd down and 25 for Paden City. There's a whole bunch of confusion about where to line up now on the play. And there's a false start. And it's going to be another 5-yard penalty.
Right now, with the loss of Baker, Paden City looks lost.
Yeah.
There's no backup offensive game plan at all.
But, I mean, the thing about it is that I don't think that nothing should have really changed. You move Ashton Little to Brendan Baker's spot, and you run your offense as normal.
But to me, yeah, you just replace somebody with Baker, let everybody else stay where they're at, even if he's not as good of a ball player. But you know what? We'll take the confusion.
Yeah. Snap is a designed handoff to Braden Neff. Neff has some space. He gets past the out of bounds, and he is going to somehow dance out of bounds. Broke so many tackles.
But I think he got a first down.
He did get a first down. They're going to mark it just at the line to gain. So 2nd down and 25 ends up going as a 26-yard gain, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Paden City. Once again, so where was that? Why didn't you do that the entire time?
I mean,
I don't think this is really on the coach, because it seems like these kids have been trained so hard to know their positions that if you switch one guy out of position, they're flabbergasted.
Yeah, it's like they've definitely concentrated on one position by all means.
Ashton Little set to take the snap on a direct snap. He's got some space over the middle, and he gets tackled inside the 20 down to about the 16.
We do have another player down.
And there is a player down for Paden City. You know, I wanted to talk about this, talk to this with Coach Price last week, because he said it, and now it's coming back to bite him in the butt. He said last week, you know, we've been really fortunate to not be bit by the injury bug so far this year because we're not very deep. You've now lost Baker. He's not. Let's face it, folks. He's not coming back into the game. He's on a cooler. His ankle is on a cooler. Shoe is off. Sock is off.
Is that Caden Myers?
No. Yes, it is Caden Myers.
So your quarterback now is
and once again,
down.
You have when he was moved to a different position, nobody knew where to line up.
If you're Clay-Battelle, you need one more stop here, because I kind of feel like
blitz to high.
The wheels
get out.
The wheels are about to fall off this.
Yes.
If we can find a way to get a stop. If we get the lead, I think they're really lost.
I understand it's unfortunate for Paden City to be in this kind of situation, but this is football. And Clay-Battelle has
dealt with injuries.
Yeah, Clay-Battelle has dealt with injuries, and nobody see us catching a break.
Now the good news is right there is Myers appears he's limping a little bit, but I do believe we're going to see him back.
Yeah.
Myers, the injured ball player.
Let's also not forget, though, that Myers was jawing with Nestor on the last offensive possession for Clay-Battelle, forced the penalty out of Nestor, so now he's on the sidelines.
Now we brought it
Ashton
up.
Little.
Tater is coming in on offense.
Yes.
I started to bring this up a moment ago, if we wouldn't see him with some of the injuries, and now we have.
They put him at the right tackle position. There is 4 offensive linemen on the left side. They run out Braden Neff. Neff dances to the outside, gets close to the first down marker, and he pulls him down by the horse collar and out of bounds. That was stupid. That was flat out stupid.
You just can't do that.
We won't say it for the sake of his name, but but that was a stupid play there by the defense of Clay-Battelle.
Clay-Battelle personal foul, late hit, number 7.
I mean, you could have called that a horse collar. You could have called that a late hit. It does not matter.
The only thing about it that maybe is going to come back to be not a big deal was it happened at about the 12 to 10.
So it's going to be half the distance to goal. A 15-yard penalty turns into like a 4-yard penalty. I understand that. But at the same time, and also the field is condensed. The field is condensed. So load the box and just make a tackle.
Yes.
You know?
Don't allow the edge to happen right now.
Ashton Little set to take the snap in an empty backfield Wildcat formation, strong to the right. He runs to the left to the weak side and short side of the field. Clay-Battelle is all over it. They're tackling him into the backfield down at the 10.
That's a loss of 4.
And now Little is slow to get up. He's slow to get up.
I do believe it's 4 down territory right now for Paden.
Oh, it's obvious 4 down territory.
But,
yeah.
you know,
By the way, Caden Myers just put his helmet back on the sideline and just told Coach Price that he's ready to go into the game.
I say we're going to give probably, I see him running Neff here to the wide side.
All right. Neff set to take the snap in that Wildcat formation tight to the right. And it is tight to the right. He gets some open space. He's going to be tackled out of bounds. And there's going to be a flag on the play here. I believe that's going to be holding on number 7, Ashton Little. The blocker flat out wrapped him and tackled him. That was a tackling drill by the blocker there. And that's going to move the ball back 10 yards. But at the same time,
they're pointing. I'm not counting anything at this point.
Okay, fair enough.
Holding number 7, Paden City.
Yep.
You called it.
I just want to throw this out there. Would you even have considered declining the penalty?
I actually,
because it's
the thought
third
went
down
through
and
my head
goal.
a moment ago, but I believe right now I believe their offense is struggling.
Okay.
You back them up 10 yards because you're looking, second from the 20.
Please report to the end zone in front of the scoreboard.
Deputy Sheriff to the scoreboard. That?
Huh?
I don't know what's up with that. Somebody may be acting a little rowdy.
I don't really understand what's going on here. There is talk.
There's referee looking at the crowd. They've just called
Yeah.
for the sheriff.
I gotta say, I'm shocked that this happened on this game and not last week, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, that would lead you to believe if it's going on, it's the opposing team
Yeah.
that has the problem right now. You don't often hear the sheriff called, and for the first time tonight, my daughter is interested in the football game all of a sudden. Step on up and take a look out the window. We don't know what's going on, but
What in the world is going on here?
I mean, there's an assumption of something I want to say that I believe is going on, but I don't want to go there at the same time without knowing.
Even if you have an assumption, Chance, I think I know where you're going.
Like I said,
We don't want to go there.
I'm not going there. Are they escorting a fan out is what I want to know.
I think they are, and I think he's already out of the bleachers. So,
interesting, but we're going to get back to playing
yeah,
football.
And just
Callie,
like that,
do you want to call it now? No,
1 minute,
okay.
1 minute and counting left here in the third quarter. Caden Myers hands it off to Neff. Neff is going to get into the end zone.
I think
touchdown.
he was down. I think he was down.
They're going to call a touchdown.
I'm going to remain quiet before the sheriff takes me out.
Where did you see a hold? I didn't see it.
Number 70 on, I think, Easton Rowan pretty well just grabbed the whole jersey and took it off of him. Could have took it home. It almost looked like a jersey swap. It was horrendous. He was right at the line of scrimmage, too. The ref's looking right. There was nobody else but the ball carrier and them two people, and he's trying to back away from it, and you just see the jersey being pulled off of him, and they let it go.
All right, 52 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Paden City has just scored a touchdown. They now lead 28-18, 2-point conversion pending here. They line up with trips receivers bunched to the right, and they're going to pass. Quarterback rolls out to his right. Easton Rowan pressuring. Throws it towards the end zone. He's going to be out of bounds. The 2-point conversion is no good. So Clay-Battelle has a 10-point deficit over the Paden City Wildcats. Unfortunately, Joseph Baker is now on crutches. And 52 seconds left to go here in this game. Chance, I completely get what you're coming from on that hold there, but unfortunately, it's not going to be called every time.
And I'm going to try to be positive here. And my positive note is, yes, we're down by 2 scores.
Yeah.
We still have 52.1 seconds left to go here in the fourth.
You have 2 possessions
We just
here.
need to score.
Yeah.
Their offense is struggling, and as far as I'm concerned, I'd stick 3 guys on the left and 3 guys on the right, and I'd say that Neff doesn't make it past you. Like, that's the only offense they've got right now. That is what they've shown. Neff is completely their offense. We're going to shut down number 1 if I'm the defensive coordinator right now, and we just need to score.
Hey, Chance, it's been entertaining. You
has.
can't say that it hasn't been
it's
entertaining.
not been entertaining. I mean, I figured one guy getting kicked out by the sheriff for the night was enough. I didn't need to join in on that. So I remain quiet.
All right. Kickoff set and ready to go here with 52 seconds left. They have Zach Hall way back deep to the end zone here. He's going to boot it away to the sideline, and it's going to be bounced at the 5. He's going to run to the wide side of the field. He takes it at the left, cuts back to the middle, goes to the 30, across the 35, goes across, tries to get to the middle of the field, gets pulled out of bounds by the helmet. Are we going to get a flag? We are not.
No, we're not. Heck of a return by Zach Hall. I'm going to forget about everything else going on right now. Phenomenal return by Zach Hall. And we do have another Paden City player down. And this is 62's Easton Rowan. And he is helping the Paden City guy out with a cramp.
I'm sitting
there. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Easton Rowan was stretching the leg.
By the way, I'm sitting there going, why do I smell Lysol lemon behind me? And I realized, by the way, apparently, according to the Collins girls, best lemonade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. They're sipping on the lemons right now. They're sucking on the lemons right now. It smells like Red Lobster in here.
It does. I need some biscuits, girls. Can you go find some biscuits somewhere? I need some garlic biscuits right now.
All right, 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter here. Clay-Battelle will probably have one of their best field positions that they've had so far in this game.
Looks like their own 48 is where they will start out here.
Mm-hmm.
We have 43.2 seconds to go here in the third. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a touchdown on the first play here by Zach Hall. Let's go into that fourth quarter, only down by 1 score, and see if their offense can drive the field. I don't think it can. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. I think we can stop them, and as far as I'm concerned, like I said, there's one player right now we have to stop on Paden City, and it's Neff.
Braden Neff.
Braden Neff. You find a way. 50 is coming off and putting no pressure on his...
Arvid Sandin.
That is, I don't see him on the starting lineup. May just been specialty. He is a senior.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he plays on the defensive side. Have you checked his, if you don't mind, I want to flip your stat sheet here.
I do not have him.
He is not, at least a starter, not to say he's not a contributor.
Listen, my charts here are anecdotal, not scientific. All right, they line up under center here. Maverick Gum at the tight end position. They fake the handoff. They roll it to the right. Going to try and find an open receiver. He had Maverick Gum. It hit him in the hands, but it's dropped incomplete.
I scratching my head a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Scratching my head a little bit.
I really do think you got to run the ball. You got to give the ball to Zach Hall. 36.6 seconds left here in the third quarter.
I mean, I know you're down by 2 scores, but
you don't need a quick score.
Their offense is showing pretty well, like, you can shut them down. Like, there's one player out there. You just need your offense to score. You can take your time.
Same thing. Spears under center. Maverick Gum, the tailback. Zach Hall lined up as the slot to the right. He motions in tight. They're going to fake the handoff here. Throw it to Zach Hall. Zach Hall's got it.
Breaks a tackle.
Bounces off a tackle. Goes out of bounds at the 42. Line to gain is the 41. They're going to mark him down actually at the 43. It'll be 3rd down and 2. If you can't run the ball with Maverick Gum and get 2 yards, do it again on 4th down. And if you can't get it, you don't deserve to win this game.
Well said. Well said.
Zach Hall lined up to take the snap. I don't hate this either. Third down here. Runs to the right. Dances across the tackle. Gets the first down. Knocked out of bounds. And it will be first down Clay-Battelle. Ball is now at the 38-yard line of Paden City.
I mean, I'm just going to put this out here right now. 21 carries, 190 yards. Feed what
the man
has gotten you here.
Your middle one is now intrigued by the game.
She is intrigued by the game. She is.
All right, first down and 10 here for Clay-Battelle at the 43-yard line. Zach Hall lines up in an empty backfield. He runs to the right, the short side of the field. Goes out of bounds at the 35, and that will be the final play of this third quarter. Chance, take a breath. We'll be back here in a minute here on WAJR.com.
End of the third quarter, the score, Clay-Battelle 18.
Moving around pain-free is an important part of your life. Same-day total joint replacements are now available with the orthopedic specialists at Mon Health in both Morgantown and Kingwood. Same-day total joint replacements are less invasive, allow for faster recovery periods, and don't require an inpatient hospital stay. Same-day total joint replacements, a faster way for you to be you again. Orthopedic experts you know, providing care you can trust. Learn more at monhealth.com/ortho. Choose Mon Health. Feel the difference.
You need an answer now, but the doctor's office is taking their sweet time. Lab work is the least of their worries, but it's a priority at Horizon Medical Technologies. Drug testing, DNA testing, virus testing, you name it, and Horizon can get you accurate results fast. The next time you need answers, choose Express Testing. Express results. Choose Horizon Medical Technologies online at horizonmedtech.com.
This is Clay-Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to the fourth and final quarter of play between the Clay-Battelle Seabees and the Paden City Wildcats. Clay-Battelle down by 10, but they have the ball in opposing territory. Maverick Gum set to take the snap, runs the ball to the wide side left of the field.
Nice
he
block
gets
by
a
Hall.
breaking
He breaks
tackle, and he's going to get to the 15, pushed out of bounds at the 10. Debatably a late hit out of bounds, but they're not going to call it. I think he was still in bounds a couple steps more. They're going to give the ball to him inside the 10 to the 9.
It's not good that one of the Clay-Battelle coaches is waving for the training crew in a hurry to get over there.
And that is number 11, Jeremiah Thomas for Paden City.
Which is a starting receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if he plays on defense. I would take it he does.
Well, he was in the game, so.
Well, okay, you got me on that one. My bad. But he's a senior also.
It's really just falling apart at the worst time for Paden City, is it not? They've avoided the injury bug all year. You see on the sideline they have 4 kids on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm gonna give. I missed the yard line on. I'm gonna give 25 yards to Maverick Gum on that one, putting him up to 51.
He doesn't have a touchdown yet, does he?
He does not.
Feed the boy.
Nice block by Zach Hall leading the way.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break here. Sorry to put breaks back to back here, but we'll take a quick break and come back here while they tend to the injured player. This is Clay-Battelle CB's football on WAJR.com.
When you attend football games, do you rush to get a seat at the back of the bleachers for back support? Back pain is a common problem and can often be relieved with physical therapy treatments. If you have back pain, see your doctor and ask for a physical therapy prescription. Then see the physical therapy professionals at HealthWorks. With 9 nearby locations, finding quality care doesn't need to be a headache. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness. Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
football on WHAR.
Welcome back to Clay-Battelle High and Middle School as Clay-Battelle now has the ball in a goal-to-go situation here at the Paden City 9. Zach Hall set to take the snap in a Wildcat. He runs to the far side of the field on the right. He's got some space. He's across the 10, over to the 5, reaches for the pylon. Touchdown, Clay-Battelle!
Way to spread the field out. Good blocking out there by the receivers, too.
I also have to say here, this crowd for Clay-Battelle has probably been the best crowd all year. Admission was free tonight, Chance.
It was, and I mean, you got them out here. We got the pink shirts. You know, we're bringing up breast cancer awareness, and the boys are fighting like you got to fight cancer. You just don't give up. You just keep fighting it.
To make a 4-point lead down to a 2-point lead here for Paden City. Clay-Battelle takes the ball on the extra point conversion. Looks like they are going to line up to go for 2 here. Zach Hall lined up in the backfield. Maverick Gum to his left. 2 receivers to the right. That's J.C. Spears and Braden Ponseroff. They run to the far side of the field. Zach Hall has some distance. He's got some guys that he needs to beat. He reaches for the pylon. Referee signals yes. 2-point conversion. Good. It's 28-26.
205 yards is what
How about that?
Officially for Zach Hall.
11:43 left to go, and there is now two players down for Paden City.
You know, the guy hit Zach Hall, and he's the one not getting up.
Yeah.
Like that's...
Running like a man possessed. Zach Hall has been absolutely electric tonight. This is a man who talked to me every week while he was hurt, really just wanting to be out there.
He did. I was down there for a couple of those weeks talking to him with you, and it just, you could tell it was
eating him up.
It was killing that young kid not to be on that field with his teammates, and he wanted to be there so bad. He had worked so hard this summer trying to prepare his body for the beating it was going to take, and then it gave out on him, you know, a couple weeks into the season.
You know what I also got to say? I bet you there are some college scouts in this area from Waynesburg, maybe from the
I'd go Fairmont State.
Fairmont State or anything like that. And, you know, they may not have been expecting to be impressed by what they saw with Zach Hall. They may have been here watching Joseph Baker. They may have been here watching Braden Neff.
Yeah, they
are going to go to their bosses tomorrow, and they're going to say, how the heck did we miss on this Zach Hall kid?
Well, you know, you go to the point, what is it, the Mountaineers, thinking of WVU.
Yeah.
They went down to what, Scout Latham, I think it was, at linebacker.
Trey Latham, who's a starting linebacker for West Virginia now.
The tailback, they look at this kid and they're like,
why is this kid playing, who's this kid playing tight end?
Yeah, which they didn't turn into a tailback.
Well, they brought him in to still be a tight end. They just thought of him as kind of a project. And then they sat there and they go, with his size and the way that he runs
and speed,
let's just try him at running back.
And it has worked so far. I know he's had a
little bit of an off year, but I think he's really biding his time, and he's this close to breaking one away.
Yeah, I agree with you on that note.
But
on another note, back to this game, number 50 is sitting on the bench for Paden City. Number 11, what we say, Jeremiah Thomas, was carried off the field, and they're now looking at his ankle. We have EMS looking at him now. We know that's not a good sign.
You are correct.
We're just trying to keep anybody down in Paden City that's maybe listening to this game, we want to keep you updated. There's no doubt we're excited for our CBs, but at the same time, we're not, looking for any of this, but we want to keep you updated for any family members that maybe couldn't have made it.
50 looks like a cramp because he's just stretching out that leg on the sideline. Okay, this becomes a crucial kickoff here for Clay-Battelle, because if you can put them in even a halfway decent bad field position place, they're going to boot it straight into the air, catch it at the 24. It's going to be dropped. He corrals it, catches it at the 25, and he's going to be met in the backfield. No gain on the kickoff. Excellent coverage there by Brady Nestor and Tyson Price.
Great coverage. Yes, he did drop the ball on it, but at the same time, it was a nice high kick. He come down.
That's probably the best kickoff that we've seen all year by the CBs.
The coverage-wise, I would definitely go with that.
Price and Nestor on the stop for the CBs.
Now it's just time to play defense, boys.
Yep.
11:36 here in the fourth.
Yep, 11:36 left to go in this game here. Paden City leads by 2 against Clay-Battelle. They have the ball at their own 26, probably the worst field position that they've had all night. They're without Joseph Baker.
You just find number 1.
Number 10 is
wherever he
still in at
goes,
QB.
You go with him.
They hand it off to Neff. Neff into the open field. Breaks a tackle from Jeremiah Morgan. Gets across midfield. He's in a foot race. He's got Brady Nestor. Does he push him out of bounds? Yes, he does. That's actually Tyson Price. I just don't understand how you left the guy that wide
one guy we
open
knew.
because it was there.
65
Everybody
yards.
knew it was coming.
65 yards.
First down, Paden City.
They now have the ball in the 13. I think you basically got to say, watch number 1. You may want to put like Dakota Walls, number 42, right there as a spy on him, just on him. Caleb Snodgrass is now into the game.
I stick 2 guys on each side of that offensive line, and your objective, if number 1 comes this way, he's your man.
There's a late substitution here by Paden City. There's a flag now. It's going to be a delay of game. So it is a delay of game. That's going to back the ball up 5 yards from the 13 to the 18. 14 penalties now for Paden City so far this game. How many do we have for Clay-Battelle? 7. So it's a 2-1. All right. They break the huddle with 10 seconds. They're still trying to get lined up here. There's 8 seconds. Now they get lined up. 6, 5. They snap it. They're going to run the ball. There's a flag on the play. This play probably isn't going to count.
Oh.
They threw the ball right down into the ground. Tyson Price was right
there. Yes, he was. You knew my groan over here what it was. And there was nobody in front of him if he catches that.
Listen, he's a sophomore. We're going to give the kid a pass. He probably doesn't even know what to do other than, you see number 1, go get him.
At the same time, the pass was a little short. It wasn't that. It was just like if it was a better pass, he's running the other way.
Probably too many men on the line of scrimmage there by Paden City, so that's going to back the ball up even more 5 yards. I should mention, this is still first down.
It is.
And you're widening the field.
And I want to mention, keep an eye on number 1.
Okay. Number 1 is lined up in the bunch formation, lined up in the slot here. It's a bunch formation to the left. They snap it, and they hand it off to Ashton Little this time. Little gets across the 20 and is met by Brady Nestor and Maverick Gum. He gets tackled. Gain of maybe about 5 or 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15.
See, the difference between everybody else on that field right now and Neff is the other ones are good, but they don't got the speed that Neff has. Neff is the one that's going to break your back with the big play. The rest of them are going to get 5, maybe 10 yards on you, and then not doing. And we just need to concentrate on keeping that big play, and I think we're going to be okay. Don't be surprised to see a pass here.
Yep, Caden Myers lined up at the quarterback. They line up in that wishbone formation. They motion Ashton Little. They fake the handoff there, and they were going to hand it to Neff. It was going to be stopped in the backfield, but it will be a false start on Paden City. What is that now, 17? 16 penalties.
False start, Paden City, 5-yard penalty.
You honestly really wish that play would have just gone ahead because
they had him down in the backfield.
Because Joshua Wilson had the ball, had the tackle in the backfield.
Yes, we're back to 2nd and
I believe that's 20.
They got 20 up on the scoreboard. That's what I'll go with.
It's the line to gain is the 24 and the line to gain is the 4 and it's on the 24. So quick math. Wishbone here. They motion Ashton Little from left to right. They fake the handoff and they give it to Brady Neff. Neff met for a minimal gain, maybe a gain of about 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 14 here for the Paden City Wildcats.
That kid can't beat you. That's all they need to know right now. He can't beat you. 3rd down and 16, 17? It is not 13 as the scoreboard says. I can tell you. Is that 3rd and 18 maybe they've got?
Yeah.
A little bit better than that.
All right.
We've got a 3rd and 16.
It's the 14 in the line to gain. Or, sorry, it's the 19 in the line to gain, and then it's another delay of game. Now it does become long.
Yes,
it might be 18 now. It's actually 21. 3rd and 21. Now we're at 17 penalties. I think we have, 4 on this drive alone?
I do believe you're right. I'm at 22 now. We were at 17. That's 5. Or no, 2. 4. 4 penalties this drive alone.
All right, 3rd down and 20. Crowd getting into it here. Wishbone formation here. Neff is the wide back to the left. They motion Ashton Little. They're going to do a speed option here and pitch it to Little. Little gets across the 25, over to the 20, down to the 15, breaks the tackle, and they throw the flag!
There's no way. There is no way. I am sorry for those of you who are listening. There is no way.
I cannot believe that he threw the flag there.
Let the kids decide the game. That's all I can say right now. 3rd and 20, and
There's actually a flag down, by the way, in the backfield.
Maybe we can offset this, make it right.
2 fouls on the play, 1 prior to and 1 after, not offsetting. Holding 51 Paden City, blade hit out of bounds.
I know.
That's absolutely.
Whoever's listening, they called a late hit out of bounds, and I just want to say it was the.
He was spinning him as he went out of bounds.
It was the furthest thing from a late hit. He had the boy wrapped up. They went out. He didn't even throw him to the ground. He let go of him, and he fell down, and they're going to call it. So I guess you back up 10, and you go forward 15, and we're going to look at what, a
4. Is it still 3rd down, by the way?
It would be because you took the holding. So the down would not change. There's the holding, and now we're going to walk for it. It's pretty close to offsetting.
But the down still doesn't count. That's what's hurting. Now they move the ball forward. You put the ball at the 21.
And I heard somebody once say 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And that's pretty well what we're doing right now.
So it's still 3rd down, right?
It's 3rd down and 16. 3rd down 16,
Okay.
3rd down 17.
All right, they break the huddle in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right. They hand it off to Neff. Neff breaks to the middle. He is going to be short of the 1st down, maybe to the original line of scrimmage that we had about a half hour ago after 5 consecutive penalties. It'll be 4th down and 9.5. Ball is at the 12. The line to gain is the 4. 9 minutes left to go in this game.
He is not in the huddle at 12 seconds. The line's just running up to the thing.
10 seconds.
They're going to have to rush here on a 4th down play.
Line up in that full house package. Neff is the wide back to the left. They're going to pass here. He's going to throw it into the middle. He's caught it to Neff, but he's stopped short. Dakota Walls puts him down at the 10. It's 1st down. Turnover on downs. 8:40 left to go in this game.
That is the first completion tonight for 3 yards, I'm going to call it. But it is a turnover on downs.
1st down and 10. The thing that I'm most happy about is that play is not going to decide this game.
I agree with that.
All right, 1st down and 10 here. Zach Hall set to take the snap. The wide side of the field is to the right. Paden City late to get the ball out. They say that he got off the field in time.
They weren't even looking. So.
Yeah, runs to the right, and he gets tackled just short of the 20, maybe down to the 19. I think that's a 1st down. If not, it's extremely short.
Maybe you run Maverick Gum the other way at this time, pick up, run a little bit of time off the clock.
J.C. Spears comes into the game. They substitute out number 63. That is Joshua Wilson. Zach Hall set to take the snap. 2 wide receivers to the right. The wide side of the field is to the left. That's where they put the strong side. They run the ball to the strong side. He's got some blockers. He gets across the 20, over to the 25, goes out of bounds, and that stops the clock. He was hit out of bounds. No more inexcusable than that last personal foul.
If you were going to call the other one, that needed to be called, but I'm fine with it not being called at the same time. That was, about 5? I'm going to give him 6 yards on the carry.
All right, 1st down and 10 here. Line to gain is now the 39. So the ball is at the 29 of Clay-Battelle. Oh, sorry, 34. The ball's at the 24. All right, Zach Hall set to take the snap. He runs the ball to the weak side of the field this time. Cuts across the middle, gets across the 40. He's down to the 45 here. Actually down to the 46. It's going to be a big gain, though. 46, that's a gain of 21 on the play.
21.
And actually, sorry, 22.
22.
And there is 2 Paden City players down again. Seems like every time Zach Hall gets the ball into the open space, 2 players of Paden City go down.
This is what I noticed by that, and that lets me feel, I haven't looked at their schedule. I don't believe Paden City's been in ball games.
Yeah.
Because their starters evidently are acting like they haven't played 4 quarters of football. They keep cramping up. And this is, it's a relatively warm night, but at the same time, we've not seen Clay-Battelle really cramp up. Knock on wood on that one, not on the jinxes, but we don't seem to be having the cramping problems.
That's marble. Knock on your clipboard there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clipboard
Thank you.
We got that too.
Sorry, if we're going to be superstitious, we're going to be superstitious right.
I'm superstitious here with you.
All right, Chance, let's reset here. Clay-Battelle gets a ball on a turnover on downs after what felt like an hour ago when the drive started after a big play by Neff. 5 penalties in a row by Paden City. Ends up being 1 in the way of Clay-Battelle. The late hit out of bounds, debatable. Still get the turnover on downs. You've now marched the ball down about 36 yards here, all on the back of Zach Hall.
And
you keep feeding him, right?
Feeding him. I have him right now at 27 carries for 242 unofficially. Now, on the other hand, to show you where this ball game's been going, I've got Neff at 18 carries and 265 yards.
Jeez Louise.
So we know who the 2 players of the game are. The only difference is
the difference is by the number of carries.
Neff don't have the protection anymore either. He don't have the distraction. He has become the focal point for the defense of Clay-Battelle. We know Zach Hall's the focal point, but Maverick Gum has also been doing good.
All right, Zach Hall set to take the snap in the backfield. Maverick Gum to his left. He runs to the short side of the field to the left. Cuts back across the middle, goes across the 50, down to the 45, across the sticks, down to the... And there was a body slam on Maverick Gum at the 45 that is not called, but it is what it is. You get the 1st down, no big deal. All right, 43-yard line here of Paden City. You're now in opponent territory. Clock should be running here. We're now down to 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
The fans of Clay-Battelle, I just want to give credit right now.
Yeah.
They are into this game.
All right. Zach Hall, empty man in the backfield. Strong side is to the right. He runs to that strong side. Cuts across the middle. Jumps across. Into the breaking open field. He gets across the 20 and he trips on his own 2 feet. And he's down at about the 21.
21, where was that from, Ethan?
I think that was at the 43.
Okay, so that's 22 yards.
He's now the rushing leader, right?
yeah, he definitely got the rushing lead at this time. It's 176 or 276. And if Paden City holds on to win this game, the star player of the game for them will be the 26-yard line.
All right, Zach Hall in an empty backfield. Strong side blockers to the left. The wide side of the field is to the right. He runs to the strong side blockers to the left. Gets across the 15, down to the 10. There's a flag. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's another one.
There's another one. Follow him on.
we hear the parents here.
Yeah, we have some sarcasm by the Clay-Battelle fans out front of our window for sure.
If I can get Zach Hall's dad attention here. And here we hear the referee saying a personal foul, unnecessary roughness here.
And the fans erupt.
And that's going to be half the distance to the goal, though, because it's after the play, so that'll make it being about a 4-yard penalty. That brings it from about the 8 to the 6. So woohoo, 2 yards.
Zach Hall just looked over at Coach Wilson, and I swear he took a spoon and fed himself, saying, just keep feeding me, Coach. And so far this drive, Coach Wilson has obliged.
Yeah. We're now down to 6 minutes in counting here. Strong side of the field is to the right in a Wildcat formation. They run to the wide side of the field to the right. He fakes like he's going to cross a cut in the middle. He's going to the outside. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Clay-Battelle. CBs take the lead. 6:05 left to go in the game. Zach Hall on his back carries the team on this drive. Touchdown.
291 yards unofficially for tonight.
And you know what? He's got room for more. Keep feeding him.
We're going to have an opportunity again.
6:05 left to go in this game. Clay-Battelle takes a 32-28 lead over Paden City. Now, Chance, this is why this 2-point conversion is crucial. If you're able to get it, you force a 2-point conversion to take the lead at the end of the game.
Correct, which is big because we've not seen them bring a kicker out. Not saying they don't have one, but they haven't done it.
I'm looking at Mr. Hall, and I said, feed number 2. Feed him.
And it's, this could be one of them stories we've talked about a little bit earlier, and as the game goes on, we're getting here. What has kept Clay-Battelle from competing all season long is injuries. And what may give them the biggest win of the year, if we can find a way to hold on here, is injuries.
Yeah.
But in the opposite side. But it's no fault. That, as you said,
this is football.
That's football. It's a game of injuries. Sometimes they go your way, and we talk about a lot of the times when it comes to the Super Bowl in the NFL or the national championship in college football, it's the team that stays the healthiest throughout the season. But looks like we're going to line up here for the 2-point conversion.
It looks like we will. Zach Hall set to take the snap in the backfield. Maverick Gum is to his left. 2 receivers to the right. They do a hard count, and they jump off sides. Tater is still down.
I don't think that's a Tater anyway. That may be a Spud. I don't know.
Might want to turn that mic off there. a little bit of interference there. Today's day and age, you got too many cell phone signals.
Somebody buried that Tater.
Yeah.
In the AstroTurf.
All right. The ball moves from the 2.5 to the 1, and he is...
I'm going to stop joking for a moment because I don't like that.
He's down.
He's down on one knee. The refs have called for an injury timeout for Tater. He's taken his helmet off.
We apologize, obviously, for joking on that. I mean, we don't want to see a kid get hurt.
I thought he had jumped off sides and he was frustrated. That's why he laid on the ground for a moment. No way in the world did I think he was injured at the time.
And they're taking him off the field. He's on his own 2 legs, but in all seriousness, the boy just looks gassed.
He does. I agreed.
All right, so the ball has moved now to about the 2-yard line from the 3.5 on the encroachment penalty.
And in giving him credit on defense, we've not really ran the ball up the middle on them. I think they knew we couldn't, move.
I was about to say, but with that being said, now that Tater is out, do you think about running that ball up the middle?
Not with what I've seen from Zach Hall out wide.
It's a fair point.
This is where I'll go with it.
Just throwing that out there.
If it was earlier in the game in a different situation and he went out, yes, I maybe Maverick Gum up the middle.
All right, Zach Hall set to take the snap in the backfield. The strong side is to the left, one wide receiver to the right. He snaps the ball, he runs, there's a flag. False start.
That's not good.
All right, that moves the ball from the 2 to the 7. That's fine.
Their 5-yard penalty cost them a yard. Our 5-yard penalty is going to cost us 5.
You hear Zach Hall's dad saying, keep your feet set to. I think he just jumped where he was going just a little bit early. All right, same formation. They run the ball to the right. He gets to the edge. Can he get there? He's waiting on there.
Yeah.
Signals in. 2-point conversion good. It's 34-28. Clay-Battelle. And there are 2 Paden City players down on the sideline again.
That appears to be a common occurrence here.
These boys are tired.
It appears to be cramps right now from what I'm seeing. I can't guarantee that, but as we'll go with, I am not a doctor. But
none of us are. I may have a college degree, but it's not a medical degree.
Over the weekend, I may have stayed at Holiday Inn Express then. Thanks to Mother Nature.
Well, since we got some time here,
we will.
Obviously, should be mentioned, you probably could have, if you were a fortune teller, you probably could have been at the game on Friday. You had 2 rainouts, and you had to watch the whole race on Sunday.
We did. I brought up...
Did you have too much Peter Collins interaction, or are you done with him for a little bit?
No. You can never have too much of your dad. If you're in both your dad and my dad together, that's your entertainment at that point in time. I can tell you that...
Was there too much Collins masculine energy in that hotel room?
No, there wasn't. we did... I want to bring up, because it's a local thing here, and we, the fans that definitely listen to us know big dirt track racing fans. But I want to bring up the point that the Rocket 1 chassis car, Shinston, West Virginia.
Shinston assembled, Shinston made.
First ever Lucas Oil late model championship last Sunday. Big accomplishment. In the same year, Mark Richards has won his first World 100 with his main car, and now he has his first Lucas Oil late model championship. For anybody out there thinking about buying a chassis, don't buy a Longhorn, buy a Rocket chassis, because that's where dirt late model racing is at. And we've got, does appear a cramp being stretched out still on the Paden City guy. I can say that the coaches for Paden City have decided not to have their players take a knee to keep standing, and I'm wondering if there ain't a purpose behind that. That is 62. Maybe 63 would be Joshua Stein, who's being helped off the field. He does appear to be walking mainly under his power, but it does appear as...
It's a little odd here. It's kind of a weird conference here from Paden City.
They are down to 13 ball players. That may have been what they done. They may have lined everybody up to find out if they had enough. There was 13 I seen out there that were still standing.
I think they have enough.
I seen 13, but that may have been what they were doing, though. And it may have just been who's going to go out on special teams, because, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4, 5.
The only 2 kids on the sideline is number 5, Muhammad Ahmed, and number 12, Jason Wilcox.
And one is 11th and one is 9th. The 9th grader probably hasn't played a whole lot this year.
I can tell you number 4 on Paden City's a cross-country runner. as it bounces at the 28-yard line, and it's picked up by Paden City, but
Nice
they're going to
coverage,
get
nice
good coverage there by the Clay-Battelle Seabees and take over at their own 32-yard line. All right, Chance, it's time to seize complete control of this game. Know where number one is at all times.
Exactly. Passing, running, whatever. You need to have number 2 and number 44 covering him at all time. They've got
well,
to beat
Zach
you.
Hall doesn't play defense anymore.
Well,
I should mention
he'd be
that.
out there with his speed if it was me. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. Like, this is...
I like what they're doing here. They're really spreading out the field here with Landon Savage. They're putting 3 safeties down, and they're also putting Cooper Statler at a middle linebacker position. They snap it, and Caden Myers is going to take a draw up the middle. Taking what the defense is giving you.
Not a bad run. And somebody else has got to step up and make, if you're Paden City.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to step up, because I'm pretty sure everybody in the stadium knows that we got to take, no, let me rephrase that. We need to make sure number 1 don't beat us.
Correct. All right. 5:25 left to go in a counting clock. 34-28 Seabees. They line up in an empty backfield. Only the quarterback. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to line up to pass here. Cooper Statler immediately pressures. He breaks away from the coverage.
Come on, Gum.
And Gum intercepts the ball! Breaks free across midfield and down at the 47.
First down, Clay-Battelle.
Maverick Gum. This may have been the Zach Hall show, but Maverick Gum may have just come up with the best play of the game. Seabees get a turnover with a chance to take a 2-score lead for the first time in this game, and probably have a 2-score lead for the first time in a month.
And at this point in time, if you keep it with Zach Hall, you need to let him know, fall down in bounds. At this point in time, we want to keep the clock running.
Zach Hall runs to the left, the wide side of the field, cuts back to the middle, across the 40, over to the 35, gets across the 30, cuts back in bounds, jumps across a tackler and goes out of bounds at the 22. Zach Hall has been absolutely unbelievable this game.
He has that right there.
I don't even care that he went out of bounds there. That was an absolutely unbelievable run.
I now have him at 318 yards unofficially.
On the run, gains 25 yards. First down.
CDs. You heard the PA announcer go, first down. 4.5 minutes left to go in this game. Ball is at the 22-yard line. Zach Hall set to take the snap in an empty backfield. He runs to the strong side of the field to the right. He's got some blockers. He turns on the Jets to the 5. Touchdown, Clay-Battelle!
21 yards on the rush. 339 yards rushing. 1, 2, 3 touchdowns.
You sure about that? 1.
Oh, I didn't count both columns.
2.
That's a 2-point.
Okay. Well,
I got you.
Yeah.
I didn't count the other column. You're right. So we've got
5 touchdowns? 5 touchdowns by Zach Hall. And you know what? Why not put a 2-point conversion to seal the deal? He runs to the left, cuts back across the middle. He's not going to get there.
They stripped the ball.
They did strip the ball. The play should be whistled dead, though.
We've got flags now.
Caden Myers
will need anger management after this class.
And trying to bait Brady Nestor into a flag there.
And, in defense of Caden Myers, because I want to go there right now at this game. Paden City's looking at the playoffs for the first time in forever, and that kid's seeing it slip away right now. And I know it's heartbreaking for him.
Well, they're still talking about it here. The 2-point conversion is no good, so it will be 40-28. But the thing to keep in mind here, Chance, is that if this is on Caden Myers and he throws his helmet,
10 Paden City, offsetting penalties,
It's actually a penalty going to be on Maverick Gum. He throws his helmet on the side.
And Caden Myers. They done them
and
all setting.
Caden Myers.
Yeah, they're just going to, you know what, I don't got a problem with that. Both a little bit of shoving going on. Just offset it. Let the kids play.
Yeah. All right, 40-28 now with 4:25 left to go in this game. Offsetting penalties means that the ball will still be placed at the 40 on the kickoff.
It is not good when everybody on the field is turning around counting the amount of ball players on the field that are out there.
Kickoff here set to go. 4:25 left to go in this game. So here we go. J.C. Spears set to kick this one off. Kicks it, goes almost over the head. He gets it past the 20, goes out of bounds. And
nice coverage again.
Good tackle by freshman Caleb Snodgrass there, tackling him at about the 30. Just going over the injury report with the Dominion Post reporter, and Zach Hall has missed the last 4 games. He came back last week against Belpre, but he has shown how fresh he is tonight.
Paden City takes their third and final timeout.
Paden City trying to just get some momentum here. Just relax your boys.
I want to, thank you there, Ethan. I forgot to turn it on. I want to update, if there is some Paden City fans listening. Jeremiah Thomas appears to be a left ankle injury. It is stretched out on the bench down here. They have not taken the shoe and the sock off. I can say that. They did have EMS come over and take a look at him real quick.
It also should be mentioned here that Caden Myers is benched. He's on the bench now.
He is. He did stand up, but the throwing of the helmet may have been enough for the coach to pull the plug on that.
Chance, I gotta say, this is probably one of the proudest moments that I have seen out of this Clay-Battelle side ever. I know I've only been doing this here for 2 years, but this is probably one of the proudest moments that I have ever seen this team perform.
No, I've been almost with you the entire 2 years. I am proud of Coach Wilson, the game he's called. I am proud of this team. You know, they didn't quit even when they were losing earlier in the season, and it's just nice to see. Let's just finish it up here.
Jessup Higgins is set to take the snap. He runs to the right, goes into the backfield. There's a flag on the flag. Everybody throws a flag.
Everybody gets a flag. It's like we're at the Oprah Winfrey Show right now. You get a flag, you get a flag, everybody gets a flag.
And they're calling holding here on Paden City.
55 Paden City, illegal formation, Paden City.
It has just completely collapsed here for Paden City.
You know, giving the credit to everybody, we'll give credit to the fans because with those flags, we've gotten a little bit of sarcasm because, I mean, we had a penalty down here on our side that we were both emphatic with, shouldn't have been a penalty, and you still see the Clay-Battelle fans stepping up. 22 penalties is what we're getting.
Oh, my goodness.
On Paden City.
That's just... You can't win a game like that. I mean, you can't.
The injuries, the penalties, and a lot of it after this play. I'll get into that.
Higgins actually is set to take the snap. He falls down inbounds for a loss.
Easton Rowan, I think. Yeah, Easton Rowan throws him down with one arm.
This is a Paden City team that just wants to now live to fight another day.
Got Higgins there. They lost their cool a little bit in this game. They got into a game. It was competitive. They've lost their cool. This is something that some of these players, I know some are seniors, and it's heartbreaking for that. They will grow from this. Caden Myers will grow from this.
He's a junior, though.
Yes, he'll be back, so he will grow.
All right, Little set to pass this time. Blocks it at the line of scrimmage. That's Cameron Mercer.
And I'm going to give, there's all the times up here that, sometimes we've questioned Coach Wilson along the way. We're fans like anybody else. And I just gave him credit for, I believe, calling, I had a couple plays as we announced this. People were going to hear that we questioned maybe what was going on there. But
he trusted it. He trusted the game plan.
I feel he'd done a really good job. But I want to give credit to the coach over here at Paden City. This is not easy for them.
No, it's not.
You know what? He's telling them no matter how bad it is, we're going to act like we got our head on our shoulders. And that will grow. Paden City will grow from this to become a better team.
All right. They snap the ball. Myers is going to take the snap in an empty backfield here, and he's stopped for a loss.
You've got Statler and you've got Joshua Wilson on that play.
They tried to put the ball in the best playmaker's hands, and I don't fault them for that, but it hasn't worked.
Was that Neff on that carry?
Yes.
Okay.
2:39 left to go in this game here. The clock is ticking down. Paden City has no more timeouts. Clay-Battelle has 2, but they won't need them. They want to see that clock roll. Punt for the first time tonight. Neff set back deep to punt it. Nice end-over-end kick. Goes across the 40. Bounces at the 45, and that's where it goes out.
I don't know.
Clay-Battelle can take a knee.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know why there's a flag.
No, that wasn't a flag. That was a...
No, it was a flag.
Are they saying that's a flag?
He threw the flag. I think they're getting flag happy. Because he threw the flag.
I think he meant to throw the beam.
The flag.
And he accidentally threw the flag. I think what are those called?
But then again,
are they like the blue bean bags that they throw out on a fumble? I think that's what he meant to throw out, and he accidentally threw his flag. I mean, the flag's been the thing that he's needed more, so I don't blame him for that.
Truth there.
It looks like we are going to run a play here.
We got 2:14.
Yep, 2:14 left to go here in the game. They snap it. Zach Hall takes it, slides down to the ground, and it'll be second down. I don't know if you can... This is the best win of the season so far for Clay-Battelle. I don't think there's any question about that.
I total agreement with you.
And, Chance, I kind of want to go celebrate with these boys. Like, I'm not going to lie. I really just want to go and kind of celebrate with them. They're going to line up Zach Hall again in an empty backfield here. Snap it. Run to the wide side of the field. Just slide down. Good boy. Good boy, Zach.
He got 7 yards on the carry. Got the first down.
I don't think he got the first down. Actually, yeah, he did. You're right. All right, now you can knee it.
$32 yards. I mean, if they do that, he can end the game at 378 yards rushing, 6 TDs. I mean,
so
I have him on my fantasy team this week. Okay, right. This is what I'm trying for here.
All right, Chance, they're going to kneel the ball down here, so we'll go ahead and let's give out some awards here and not have to do a post game. How's that sound?
That sounds great to me.
All right, Morgantown Power Sports Power Play of the Game. What are you going to go with here? I got my idea, but I'll have a backup just in case.
Oh, man, put me on the spot a little bit. There is so many plays that I could pick from here, but I don't, there's some part of me that just, you're saying play of the game, right? Or
yes,
player? Play, I'm going to go with the stop, the first drive of the game.
Oh, really?
I feel like that really gave Clay-Battelle the confidence to keep in this ball game and allowed them to hang around and get there. I'm going to go with I know there's been plenty of offense.
Okay.
Zach Hall, by all means, deserves all the credit, but I want to give the team credit because this is a team win.
Well, I'm going to give the power play of the game to the Maverick Gum interception.
Well played.
Because that is where everything went.
You got defensive
full force.
I felt mine kept us in the game. Yours took control of the game.
All right, and that is going to do it for the Morgantown Power Sports Power Play of the Game, carrying a complete lineup of Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. Morgantown Power Sports on the Mile Ground. Thank you. This is now final. Clay-Battelle wins over Paden City by a score of 40-28. Thank you for listening to the Insurance Center.
Don't sign off just yet. I got one more thank you out there.
Okay.
I showed up with my girls tonight. You were talking to Coach Wilson, and right off the bat, I told you we were adopted by the Clay-Battelle community. I want to give a shout out to Coach Wilson. Not only a phenomenally called game, but I show up with my 3 girls, and he walks into the locker room and comes out with a T-shirt and 2 sweatshirts for each 3 of my girls, and I just want to personally say on the air, thank you to Coach Wilson.
All right. I'm going to give this thing here, the post-game show, brought to you by the Insurance Center. We're serving you as our best policy at insurancecenters.com. Ladies, I'm going to let you sign off today. I just want you to say thank you for listening when I close things out. Your final score here from Clay-Battelle, the Seabees 40, Paden City 28.
Thank you for listening.
Here on WAJR.com.
High school football on WAJR has been brought to you by HealthWorks. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks. 9 convenient locations to serve you. By Lang Monument, family owned since 1874 in the Wharf District, Morgantown. By Morgantown Power Sports, carrying a complete lineup of Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and KTM. Morgantown Power Sports on the Mile Ground. By Mon Health System, feel the difference. By Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, the area's only Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. By the Insurance Centers, where serving you is our best policy. And by Omega Commercial Interiors, for office furniture, buy local at Omega in Morgantown and Charleston. Stay tuned. Metro News High School Game Night is coming up next on 104.5 FM and 1440 AM WAJR, the voice of Morgantown.